Medicare easier than ever. Easier than picking which true crime doc to watch, figuring out that Wi-Fi password, or putting the duvet cover back on. So if you can do those things, with FindRx coverage, you can definitely Medicare. Find the plan that's right for you by visiting walgreens.com/Medicare.
KHOW News Time, 10:03.
More indoor mask mandates go into effect this week in Colorado. The Jefferson County Board of Health and the Tri-County Health Department both voted to implement mask mandates for indoor public spaces starting Wednesday. The Jeffco board voted 4-1 in favor of the mandate. Sherry John voted against it.
I would hate to be the hostess in one of these restaurants or a server or any of these other businesses.
Board President Greg Duranlu.
This is action that we really likely should have taken a long time ago. And yet along the way, we've been trying to take very measured steps.
The Jeffco mask order is for people 3 years and older, while Adams and Arapahoe County applies to those 2 years and older. Denver is expected to announce a similar mandate today. Colorado Springs Airport is planning a remodel of its passenger airport because of rising passenger numbers. It expects improvements to start next year. That's the latest. I'm Pat Woodard.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's.
From the Betfred Sports Traffic Center, we cleared out the stall northbound I-25 before 84th. We're still pretty sluggish from I-270. Westbound I-70 crowded from Chambers for a wreck off on the shoulder after I-225. Northbound I-225 bunches up along the spillway. We have a crash on Hampton 285 at Yosemite. And Pena, all clear right now to and from the airport. Fox 31 pinpoint weather, sunny and warm today, a high near 67. Mostly cloudy and cooler tomorrow with a high at 45. Then sunshine Thursday through the weekend with our highs steadily moving from the mid-50s up into the mid-60s. Right now, it's 46 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and Weather, I'm Dustin Ritchie, 630 KHOW.
Right now at Wendy's, see why...
Bye, MH. See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya. Let's see here. I said, bye, MH. See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya.
He can hear that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it just comes through his computer.
Oh, the camera.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So we either pipe in the actual show,
right,
or we use the mic on that. I'm not sure what camera he uses, but the mic on one of them. I don't like the side. Do you tweet? Do you Twitter?
Okay, so I need a headphone.
You need headphones?
I do that right here.
I can use these. Don't need to plug in the mic.
We got guests coming in tonight, man. I can't wait to see them. Yeah.
And Belinda and Adrian are probably leaving for California Saturday.
Is she all right?
She's physically.
What, are they going to meet each other there?
Oh, no. Adrian's coming here for Thanksgiving.
Oh, that's cool. Welcome to the show. As you guys know, it's the only show of its kind. We're here to solve problems, answer questions, take complaints, try to make yourself and others, their lives, just a little bit better. You realize we have recovered close to 300, if not over $300 million in cash, merchandise, exchanges, refunds directly due to this show. So if you want to add to that, if you need help, maybe a bad contractor, we've taken on everything. We've taken on bad dentists. We had a dentist one time. She would not, it was a woman, she would not remove the braces from a kid. I think the kid was 14, and they were starting to bite into her gums. But because the mom wasn't making the monthly payments, they would not take the braces off. We got involved, and of course the braces came off. And I think Dennis should be paid, so don't get me wrong there, but I don't think you take it out on the child. But that is just one example of what this show's about. 303-MARTINO's the phone number, 303-713-8255. And please don't forget, help, that's HELP, at troubleshooter.com. You can email us at any time. We'll get back to you. And you can also text us. Bear with me, I'm getting used to this one, at 57739. You can text any questions, anything you want. 57739. Put Mark or Tom so we know who it's going to, and we'll be glad to talk about that as well. All right, let's get right to the phones. Suzanne, I guess I'm waiting for line 1, so let's go to James. James, what is going on with you today?
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing good, man. What's going on?
Good. I'm a college student on my gap year, and I called in my concern because I wanted to get a reliable all-wheel drive car for the snow and to get to work. I went to Arapahoe Kia off of East Arapahoe Road, and I bought a 2015 Hyundai. It only had 25,000 miles on it. The previous 2 owners leased it, and as soon as I drove it off the lot, it died.
It's a 2015 Hyundai what?
Tucson.
Tucson. And how many miles on it?
25,000.
25, but it's out of, no, does it still, you bought it from a Hyundai dealer, so it should at least be covered for the 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, so you drove it off the lot and it just stopped?
It just stopped. It was smoking. It wouldn't properly accelerate. I took it back. Another week later, I got it back.
When you say it literally, so you literally left the lot and it broke down before you got home?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so did you call the dealership after you left the lot?
Yes, sir.
And did they tow it back for you? What did they do?
I brought it back to them because I was still pretty close.
Yeah.
And then about a week later, I got it back. And then another.
What did they say was wrong with it? What did they do to repair it?
They gave me a whole list of things. There was a little trouble with an oil leak and whatnot.
So what did they do to repair it, though? Did they tell you? I mean, an oil leak is not going to create the vehicle just to stop when you're driving it off the lot. Why did it just stop?
They never told me.
They didn't tell you, but they fixed it and you went and got it?
Yes.
Okay, so what happened next?
15 days after that, it broke down again. And
what was it this time? What were the symptoms this time? You're just driving, you're at a stoplight, you're cruising down the road, you're on the highway, and the engine just cuts off. What happens?
Yes, sir. The engine cuts off, all the battery lights come on, the oil light came on, and it was smoking from the engine.
Oh, my
God.
God.
That was 15 days after I brought it back in again.
Okay, so you get it towed back in, you drive it down, what? What did they say this time? This is crazy. It breaks down the day you buy it. They say they fix it. Then 15 days later, it's smoking and it stops again. So what happened next? I'm waiting with bated breath.
They said that there was a hole in the engine block.
Oh, my God, you threw a rod?
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, once again, that should be under warranty, right?
Yes, you'd think that.
Well, of course I would think it because it's a 2015 Hyundai Tucson that you bought certified from a Hyundai dealer that has a 100,000-mile powertrain warranty that should cover that. So why aren't they covering it?
They haven't told me anything. Also, I bought it from Arapahoe Kia off of East Arapahoe Road.
Oh, my God. I thought you bought it from Arapahoe Hyundai, so you probably, as a second owner, I don't think you have. I don't know if you have that 100,000-mile powertrain. I'm not sure if you do. Do they? Where is it now? Is it at the Kia dealer or is it at Arapahoe Hyundai? Is it a Hyundai dealer now?
Right now, it's at Arapahoe Hyundai. It's been there ever since then.
And what are they saying? Are they saying it's under warranty?
They're not giving me anything. They won't tell me anything at all.
Arapahoe Hyundai, that's where you got it to. And they won't tell you anything. They won't tell you.
I'm reading it's transferable, Mark.
Okay, 100,000 miles, right? Just
yeah,
not
there's some limitations, I think, but it looks like it's transferable.
Let's call over there, Scott. Deputy Scott, let's call over to Arapahoe Hyundai and just get an update of what's going on. Is it under warranty? And in fact, when you go talk to this guy, I want you to get the VIN number, and we're going to run that VIN and see if it's actually under warranty as well. But I want to know what Arapahoe Hyundai's doing. How long's it been over there?
It's been over there 15 days, the 28th. So since the 28th of September.
And you just haven't talked to him? Wait, September?
Yes.
So almost a month. No, almost 2 months.
The powertrain is original owner only.
Yeah, see, that $100,000, that could be a problem. That could be a big problem. This might not be under warranty, but this really sucks. So, I mean, you're dealing with two things. One, Arapahoe Kia sold you a vehicle that broke down as you're leaving, then it breaks down again, throws a rod. Are they willing to do anything for you when you talk to Kia?
No, they wouldn't even give me a rental car. They said at the beginning I didn't qualify. I've called over multiple times. I called over to my warranty. I have a warranty for a rental car. They said that Hyundai should have either paid for something or the dealership, and no one's doing anything.
You know what? This is crazy. Here's the problem. You've got so many issues going on right now. This thing probably is not under warranty, but I don't know why Arapahoe Hyundai isn't telling you that. And then the other thing is, I'm upset at this Kia dealer. I think that's a Deal and Doug dealership, and generally we don't get many complaints on them. I can't think of the last time a Deal and Doug dealership sold someone a vehicle that broke down the day they leave the lot, and then 15 days later they said they fixed it. It throws a rod. Now this guy's up, the creek without a paddle. This is not cool at all. In fact, Suzanne, would you do me a favor? Would you reach out to Jim Janicelli? I'm going to have Scott call over to Arapahoe Hyundai. I would like Jim to give us the information. Who should we talk to at Arapahoe Kia? Tell them the basic facts of what's going on here, and I want to reach out to the manager or the service manager or the GM over there, because I understand they sold it to him as is, right? You signed something saying as is, James?
Yes, sir.
See, this sucks, though. You know what? I don't think Deal and Doug would put up with this. I really don't, and I hope I don't end up eating those words. Hold on, man. You got me riled up right off the bat. This is crazy. Imagine you go buy a car. You literally get all the paperwork done, and you're driving home, and it breaks down. You got to get it back to the dealership. They say they fix it. 15 days later, it throws a rod. Now you need an engine. Now you're at a different dealership. They're not communicating with them. Scott, you're going to figure out what's going there. I'm sure it needs an engine. Find out if it's under warranty. They're a Hyundai dealer. Get the VIN. I'm going to run it somewhere else and see if it's under warranty. And my God, Suzanne, please call Jim Janicelli and let's find out who we talk to over at Arapahoe Kia so we can help this guy out. Hold tight. We got a lot coming on. Tina, I'm going to come to you next. She's got an interesting thing. Her own child, basically stole a house from her. Okey doked her. That and our legal expert, Brad O'Brien, right after this. That sucks.
What up?
Hey, check it out. You want to get your wife or your husband brand new countertops and maybe cabinets for Christmas? The Art of Granite. Here's what I love about Mitch Floria and theartofgranite.com. Not only have Suzanne and I used them numerous times, but you right now can take some pictures of your current kitchen, do a few measurements, email him over to Mitch Floria. He will actually give you a quote for new cabinets and new countertops right over the phone. It all starts at theartofgranite.com. That is theartofgranite.com. Now, simplyfloorsinc.com, another company I love talking about because I have used them numerous times. They have done carpet, LVT. If you need tile, no matter what you need flooring-wise, these guys can do it all. Simplyfloorsinc.com. You go to that website and you can simply put in what date you want them to come out. They'll bring the showroom to you, or you can go to their showroom. Simplyfloorsinc.com.
What's all the buzz about nasal irrigation and Navage?
You.
Try it. Here's the sign.
I know you didn't.
Through your nose. It's the body's air filter for trapping.
I didn't realize we were coming back that quick.
When your nose gets clogged, it's less effective and germs multiply. Eventually, your immune system can get overwhelmed.
Janice Ellie's good friend runs that place. Janice Ellie's out of town. He's reaching out to the good friend now. He goes, I might have some answers for you today, but you guys can be generous and give us a day if we need it before talking about it more.
Very cool.
So I'll wait a few minutes for him to reach me, then I'll kill James. I don't know if it's necessary for Scott to call Arapahoe Monday yet.
Well, I'd like
got
to.
Jim.
I just want to verify it needs an engine and everything, because that's where it's
So
at.
have Scott call him now. Okay. And did you see Brad O'Brien's holding?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Go to Navage.com for a free gift with purchase. Over 2 million sold. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E. Clean nose.
Was that your kid?
Yeah.
Is he driving the bonkers?
I'm trying to get him straight. I'm trying to help his ass out, okay? I think he has finally realized that he better put his feet on the grindstone and turn that fucking self, okay? But he's in one of them catch-22s. He's doing day work, okay? But day work pays you daily. Well, if you don't get no work, you don't get paid daily. He's living week to week or night to night in these fucking little motel rooms. He ain't getting work. He ain't got no place to be.
Got it.
You see what I'm saying? So what I'm trying to get him to do is, all right, look, spot you a week where you stay. Okay? Spot you a week. That's good again. Spot you a week where you stay. Not go to work. Okay? So that at the end of the week, you got your extra money. Here's a gift. I'm going to spot you some gas. Okay, you don't have a car, but pay your friend. Okay, buy his gas so he'll pick you up and take you to work. Okay. And he's trying, he's going, he's doing it. But then these day work places, if we go into the holiday, they ain't got to work for him.
Yeah.
Okay. But he's still got to make that daily nut.
Why not something like McDonald's or something, man? Shit, they're like $20 an hour.
Hey, you know, I think I'll suggest something like that to him and say, man, and maybe because
they're hiring everyone.
I know it. Maybe I'll spot you in your place to live till you get your first check. Okay.
That's a good way to do it.
Okay. But follow me down the road, son. I'm gonna walk down there and I'm gonna pay that first week straight up to them. You better be ready the next week.
And you got some kind of car music you can come back with?
Anyway, that's what's going on with him.
I can't drive 55. And you still haven't heard anything else?
Rabbit hole gets deeper and deeper, man.
I figured.
Oh, I 30 in the morning, I'm in the hospital and I don't know what's up. I already knew something was going on that wasn't going to be kosher.
It's like a movie. You wake up in the hospital. That would be a good first scene. You wake up, you have no idea what's going on, and your leg's missing. And then the whole movie's about trying to remember what the fuck happened. No one knows. There's no car accident.
Well, turns out the car was impounded. Turns out she did get a ticket.
Sweet. All right, folks, 303-713-8255. Suzanne, you talked to Jim Janicelli, and basically, here's the good news. Jim's going to look into it. Jim's actually the GM of Colorado Springs Dodge. By the way, the largest dealership or Dodge dealership in Colorado. Best prices, best everything. Been on our referral list for years. He knows the GM over at Arapahoe Kia. He's going to reach out to him. We're going to try to get this guy figured out. I did not think that this dealership brand, Deal and Doug, would have any problem making this right. So we're just going to stay on top of it and see what's going on. So, James, we're going to grab all your information, man. I am going to find out if it's under warranty, and we're going to find out what's going around at Arapahoe Hyundai. But, listen, man, we're on it. We've got one of the best on it right now. And he is going to reach out to his counterpart at that Kia dealership, and we're going to figure out what's going on, and they're going to figure out how to make this right. I don't know how else to put it. Now, they're not saying, just out of curiosity, they're not saying you did anything like you had an oil change and forgot to put oil in it or anything like that?
No, because I didn't even have it for, I get it. You only had it 15 days, but there's nothing you're leaving out that's going to throw a monkey wrench in everything I've got going on. No, sir.
All right, cool, man. So hold tight. Suzanne's going to grab all your information. Hopefully we know something by tomorrow, maybe even by the end of the show today. These things tend to go pretty quick when the right people are involved. Guys, this is an excellent way to open the show and show you how this works. We have a list of experts at referrallist.com, one of which I'm going to go to right now, Brad O'Brien. He owns O'Brien Legal Services. Hey, Brad, man, how are you doing?
Great. How you doing, Mark?
I am doing great. So we had a very interesting call yesterday, and I'm going to bring Tina up. And Tina, you actually put, if I recall, $22,000 or $23,000 down on a home 3 years ago. Is that part correct?
So it was 4 years ago. I lost a year. I don't know how, but we put $21,000 down.
Now, her son was going to live there, and she was going to live there, Brad. The deed and the title actually only got put in the son's name. He never added his mother, Tina, our caller, onto the deed. The entire loan is also in the son's name. Tina was not on the loan paperwork, so really, she is nowhere on this house that we can see anywhere. She has lived there for 4 years. They have built out the basement, put money into the house, and you've also been paying how much every month to live there, Tina?
$2,176.
Does that represent what the mortgage payment was that your son was making?
Yes.
And Brad, so you understand, Tina was paying her son directly. What's your son's name?
Brandon.
She was paying Brandon directly, then he was paying the mortgage company. So you follow me so far, Brad?
Yes.
Then, recently, the kid says, I want you out. I think there's a rift between Tina and Brandon's wife, so her daughter-in-law. There's some kind of rift there, and it's gotten bad. But they're literally evicting. He's evicting his own mother right now, and I can't believe it. Literally evicting his own mother. So the question becomes, knowing what you know, that she's been paying this, what the oral agreement was, and the fact she can track down all of her payments, she can also track down the $21,000 she originally put down on the house, but she's not on the deed. She's not on title. What do you think, man? Does she have any case here?
Well, it's a very familiar scenario, and when I see a lot of intra-family disputes about real estate right now. One of my first questions is, what was the agreement at the time of the purchase? Prior to the purchase, was there anything in writing?
So at the agreement, when we went to signing, my credit report hadn't been hit that I had paid off all my credit cards. And so the lender said it was best just to put my son on the loan and wait for 30 days after the loan hit the courts and for my son to put me on deed of the house.
Okay, so you and your son, did you have any written agreement between the two of you about ownership of the house, the co-ownership?
It was all verbal in front of the realtor and the lender.
Okay.
And title company.
I would go back to what was the agreement. What was the agreement that you would be put on title within a certain time?
Yeah, ultimately, what were you guys trying to achieve?
So I was going to get put on title, and then in a year or so, we were going to try to refinance and put me on the loan.
So wait, hold on, though. I've got a question. So ultimately, Tina, you and your son and his wife and your husband were all going to live there? I mean, ultimately, who was going to live in this house in, say, 10 years? Who's going to own it?
It was going to be us, and they were going to start their family there.
So you were all going to live in it together and make the payments.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Everything was supposed to be split 50-50.
Go ahead, Brad.
Did you put money into fixing up the basement?
Yes. We did the basement, and then we did all the concrete work and landscaping in the backyard.
How much would you say?
After your $21,000 down payment, how much did you put into renovation?
So renovations, that was about $90,000.
Okay. So you're into this about $111,000.
What's it worth right now, Tina?
It's worth $560,000.
God, so, Brad, what do you make of this, man?
Well, I can't predict. This is a very complex case, and only a judge could decide who's right on this. But in general, contracts concerning real estate have to be in writing in order to be enforceable. It's called the statute of frauds. But there are exceptions to that, and one exception is based on substantial part performance. So you can have an oral contract on which you relied and you substantially performed your part of the contract, and in that case, it might be enforceable in court. But you have to go to court, and the judge has to agree on that.
Hey, Brad, how about the lack of a contract? In other words, the son's not going to be able to produce, let's say he decides to say, well, she was just renting it from us, or something like that. He can't produce a lease. He doesn't have anything to produce either.
That's the problem with an oral contract. They're hard to prove and easy to disprove. The other side can certainly say those kind of things.
So, Tina, where does it stand right now? You had an eviction notice, a 10-day notice. Where is it?
So he gave me, it said notice to quit, and he gave that to us on Saturday night. And I went to the courthouse yesterday morning, and they said that he cannot serve that to us, that a sheriff has to serve us, and at that point, that it has not been served with the courts.
And Brad, what is that going to mean to her when she gets served with that?
Well, a notice to quit is just a preliminary notice before somebody files a lawsuit for eviction. So she hasn't even been served with eviction papers yet. I mean, the court case.
Yeah. What should she do? Let's say her son properly serves her. Is that when she should reach out to an attorney like yourself?
Now is a good time. Or she could wait until she gets served.
So, well, Tina, I suggest you call Brad, but I want to ask Brad a couple things. One, best scenario. You argue this properly. Best scenario is what kind of outcome? Best scenario.
Well, I look for practical outcomes because I can go to court and get a court outcome, but a practical outcome is one that avoids attorney fees and is quicker and painless. And
Sure.
This is a family situation, so you want to avoid court if possible. So you could, practically speaking, it would be preferable to work this out without having to go to court, some type of settlement agreement where maybe I think ultimately them living together is probably not in the cards. So maybe something where she gets her money back and they refinance so they can pull the cash out to pay her off.
See, I don't even know. I mean, do you think that's fair if she would just get the $110,000 back? I mean, that's one way to look at it, but they bought it 4 years ago, and if she thought she had 50-50 ownership in it, the problem is homes have gone up so much in 4 years. How much did that thing cost you?
So when we bought it, we paid $389,000.
So it's up
gone
almost
up $212,000.
Yeah, it's up $200,000. You really do need to reach out to Brad, Tina. That's my opinion. He's the attorney. You should talk to him. Hey, Brad, when you generally take on something like this, she calls you up. You have that initial consultation. Then generally what? I mean, really, what should she expect?
Well, somebody can retain me pre-litigation to try to avoid court and negotiate on their behalf to head off the lawsuit. So I can do that, or they can contact me when the court case has been filed, and then I'm basically then representing them in the court case.
Tina, you've got to have someone reach out to your kid and make sure he understands, hey, listen, this isn't cut and dry. It doesn't matter that, your mom's not on this title, and it doesn't matter she's not on the loan. She has put money into this place. Everybody thought it was going to be a 50-50 deal. If you think you're just going to take everything and run, you're crazy. So I think you need to call Brad.
I need Brad because all he wants to give us is the $21,000 and then the money that was paid for concrete alone, and that was $6,500.
Nope,
that is the only money that he wants to give us.
Well, that's crazy, Tina. It's just crazy, and I think it sucks your son's doing that. Honestly, I do. Now, saying that, I don't know his side, but it really sucks when you're literally evicting your own mother. Brad O'Brien, I appreciate it. By the way, O'Brien Legal Services, 720-370-7388. Write that down, Tina. And anybody out there that needs it, O'Brien Legal Services, anything to do with property. I don't care if you're a landlord and you want someone to look over your leases again, which I highly suggest for a lot of landlords after COVID, or landlords that are in Denver and don't understand the new rules. Brad O'Brien, 720-370-7388. Suzanne, we can clear those two lines. And then you're telling me you have an update for James. I don't want to give it yet. We'll give it after the break. This is the guy that bought the Kia, and now it sounds like it needs an engine. And Scott, did you talk to Arapahoe at all? Hyundai? Did you leave a message?
Service manager.
All right, excellent. Everybody hold tight. We got a lot going on. We do have a line open, 303-713-8255. Any problems, questions?
Bula bula. Is Tina in a dragon's lair? Who the hell is Tina?
The caller? What's from?
Oh, I get it. What? The sound.
I know. You mean from that call? It was horrible.
Is Tina in the dragon's lair?
I didn't want to get.
That's what these guys ask.
I did not want to even bring it up, but it was starting to drive me insane.
Sound like cars going by.
I think it was her, like she's out front somewhere of a highway.
Yeah, right.
Because I know Brad's in his office. And it sounds like she was on Bluetooth or something, is why it was so granular.
Susan's update, or Suzanne's update is pretty good.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Don't tell me.
I'm not.
What's it called? A tease.
I know.
You're teasing.
Right.
All right, these are words you never want to hear. Fire, flood, mold, crime, undetected death. How about a meth lab? Asbestos. You know what I'm talking about? I'm talking about American Restoration. And if you have to deal with any of those very bad things, you need to call these guys. I love Rock over there. This is one of those numbers you need to write down. Let's say you get a bad hailstorm and you start getting water in the house, or you got water coming in from the neighbor's yard, or you have a fire, any kind of cleanup, you need to call Rock. So get this number in your phone now so you know who to call. He can deal with all the insurance business for you. He can do everything. His name is Rock. His company is American Restoration, and the phone number is 833-7AM-REST. 833-7AM-REST.
Psoriatic arthritis made my joints stiff, swollen, painful. Tremfya.
Do you want me hitting next event, or do you want to do it? I'll hit it, but if I hit it and you hit it, does it skip? I'll hit it after Spock's in. That's what I was afraid of. I hit it, then he hits it.
That's 6 doses a year. By prescription only, serious allergic reactions may occur. Tremfya may increase your risk of infections and lower your ability to fight them. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis.
Man, I'd be pretty upset on that deal, that Kia deal.
Oh, yeah.
The day of.
The day But I haven't even gotten home yet.
I know, man. I'd be fuming. What did I get myself into? I'll tell you, though, for as many dealerships as Doug owns, very few complaints. Cars are so hard right now.
Yeah.
And I need another one.
Which one? The Mercedes is taking a shit?
I want to dump it before it dumps.
How much do you think you get for it?
Maybe $1,000.
If it starts and drives, you can get $1,000.
I know. It's out there now.
Yeah.
That's my snow dog.
Yeah. What are you going to buy?
I want another one. I want to upgrade that. So
you want that same kind?
I want one that has at least some electronics in it.
Yeah.
I don't want that brand new.
No. Well, it really sucks buying anything right now, dude. But I get you. You're afraid that one's going to take its last puff.
Yeah.
How many miles are on it?
250 something.
I sold him that Mercedes like
10 years ago almost.
10 years ago for what, $2,000 maybe?
$2,000.
Some lady
Is
owed
it a diesel?
No, it's a
Gas engine with 250 on it?
V6 with 250 on it. Runs like a goddamn cheetah. I'm telling you. Okay. Now,
a raped cheetah.
Yeah, no, it raped the strip. The windows don't work. I only got one key. The one key opens the driver door. Can't open none of the other doors. Half the door locks don't work. The air conditioner is shot, but the heater works. I literally use it like a little pickup truck in a winter vehicle. I love it for that. But it's showing me that it's wanting to rest.
So this lady put a cat on it, owed me about $2,000. It's just one of my shops.
Yeah.
She owned a Chinese restaurant down the street. And so we put the cat on it. And I don't remember what happened after that, but she was like, I don't want the car back. Do you think I can sell it or whatever for... Oh, no. She says, can I just sign the title over to you and you don't charge me anything? And I'm thinking, no, that's not what I want to do by any means. But then I must have called you up and said, hey, do you want to buy this thing? Or...
You said, you already taken it from me. When you introduced me into the conversation, you already had it. You owned it at that point.
Got it.
You said, hey, man, I was thinking about giving this car to Miles, but I don't want him to have a car. I don't want him to start off in a used car. Okay, and that's literally what you said. I said, well, what you want for it? You said about $2,000. I went down there and looked at it.
10 years later.
Wow.
Best $2,000 you probably ever spent.
Oh, yeah.
10 years later, less than $1,000 in repairs.
I was just going to ask the repairs.
What broke? Like, what was 1,000?
I spent $400 on an oil leak that it had that turned out to be a gasket. I spent I got your guy to redo the cats.
All right, we got a ton going on. In fact, we've got a woman, Lisa. This one's unbelievable. She's having a lot of help with her. She needs a lot of help with her son. We're going to get to there. And then Jake's got a problem with a contractor and a sunroom and building a garage. I've been through this stuff. And James, Suzanne, you talked to Jim Janicelli. James actually bought a car from Kia down there on Arapahoe, but it was a Hyundai. It had 25,000 miles on it, a 2015. It was sold as is. There was no warranty on it. And within 15 days, it sounds like it threw a rod, and he has it over at the Hyundai dealer now on Arapahoe, not where he bought it, but the Hyundai dealer. They're not talking to him. They're not telling him what's going on, which is one issue. But then the bigger issue is the issue with this vehicle. Brand new, or not a brand new car, but the guy bought it. What's the update on this? And let me bring James up.
So, Mark, Jim Janicelli reached out to them for us, the general manager.
Yep.
They seem to have no idea that there was even an issue with this vehicle. The general manager was going to talk to the service manager about this. James, if you could give Kenny, the service manager, a call here in a few minutes and talk to him. They want to know what's going on and see how they can best help with this problem.
Kenny, I'm sorry, James, I want you to call Kenny as soon as we hang up. Suzanne will give you the number, but tell him, hey, look, I bought it. You guys had it back that same day I bought it, driving home. Then you said it was fixed 15 days later. It punched a hole in the block. Now it needs an engine. What are you guys going to do? And I want you to report back to us, man. Like I said, the Deal and Doug group are good guys. I can't remember any big issues with them. And considering how many dealerships they have, it's pretty incredible. And we don't do commercials for them. Now, Jim Janicelli is on our referral list for the One Dealing Doug dealership, Colorado Springs Dodge, and he's been on with us for, my goodness, 6, 7, 8 years, whatever it's been. Great guys, best prices, largest dealership, and he always helps us out if there is problems with the other ones. So, James, I want you to call over there, then check back with us, okay?
Okay.
In fact, after you talk to him, I want you to call back in. I want to hear how that conversation went. Got it?
Okay.
All right, hold tight, man. Suzanne, give him that info. Great update. 303-713-8255. Suzanne, should I go to Lisa or Jake?
Jake's been holding the longest.
Jake, what is going on, man? Jake? Uh-oh.
You got the wrong line, Mark.
I think I accidentally hung up on Jake.
I can call him.
Call him. I'm going to go to Lisa. Jake, I'm sorry. Suzanne's going to call you. Hey, Lisa, what is going on? I kind of know a little bit about this because you sent an email or a voicemail to Suzanne. It sounds like a horrible issue, but why don't you tell us what's going on?
Well, my daughter had sent the email. My son is 34. He lives in Healdsburg, California. He is suffering a severe mental illness crisis. He sent us a picture of himself with a rope around his neck last Monday morning. We contacted the Healdsburg Police Department, begging them to go out there, but they refused because they said that he might have weapons, and they didn't want to put any officers' lives in jeopardy, and I totally get that. For almost 24 hours, we did not know if my son was alive or dead because the Healdsburg police said, well, we'll just give him a call and see if he answers. We finally did receive a phone call from my son. He's in a terrible mental, he's manic. He's
Lisa,
psychotic.
The picture that he sent you, how long ago was that? Was that 2 weeks ago, you said?
No. That was last month, not this yesterday, but the Monday before.
So a week ago or whatever.
We've been dealing with this a week, trying to get him help.
Has he been diagnosed with any kind of like schizophrenia or anything?
He has not, but it's quite obvious that there's something very, very serious going on.
Well, I'm trying to figure out, and you're going to be able to answer this better than me, is it a true mental problem that he's probably had for a while? I mean, 34 years old, I would think somewhere in the 20s you would have already seen something, or do you think it's drugs?
I think it's a combination.
Okay.
I think in hindsight, there were a lot of things that happened in his younger life that I just didn't want to accept.
Got it.
And he had recently broken up with his fiance, and she took their baby daughter and moved to Atlanta. This put him over the proverbial edge.
Oh, it sounds like it.
And he has been calling and texting pornographic pictures of himself to myself, to his dad, to his sister.
Oh my goodness, he really has gone off the deep end. That's as strange as anything I've heard. I need to take this break. Hold on. I want to figure out how we can help. So kind of get your thoughts together, and I promise I'll come back to you first, Lisa, and then Jake, I'll get to you. I'm sorry about that. I hung up on you accidentally. Man, we've got a lot. Then Corey's got an issue with the IRS. That's never good. Hang tight.
About another minute. What's up, Antonius?
Antonius!
What's up with you, dude?
We're stop or go through roadwork westbound C470, Kidland to Carhop. We have a crash on 84th at Rosemary Street, Commerce City. Parker heading for roadwork along Cherry Creek State Park.
Did you ever make an appointment with Colorado Pain, bro?
I'm gonna make it what we got you next.
Fox 31
When what's his name that was here?
Bobgard.
No, not Baumgart. It's the other guy. The guy that was from Colorado.
Oh yeah, I like him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said he's not gonna be here next week.
Hold on.
Raving about their brand new fries. Natural cut, skin on with a hint of sea salt and guaranteed to be hot and crispy or they'll replace them. You know, the way fries should be. Try Wendy's guaranteed hot and crispy fries today at participating U.S. Wendy's.
You know, if you're living with someone that's in chronic pain, I want you to take this number down I give at the end. It's Colorado Pain Care. Actually, now they're Colorado Pain Care Sport and Spine, but, you know, you might think you've tried everything to help out your partner and they're still in pain, regardless of what it is. Or maybe it's your parents or maybe it's you. But these aren't normal doctors. And what I mean by that is actually a good thing. All they do is specialize in making you feel better. They take Medicare, of course, and all insurances, but please look into them. Tom's used them numerous times, and he couldn't be happier. 303-GOT-PAIN, 303-GOT-PAIN.
Do you have pain, numbness, or tingling in your hands or feet? Hi, it's Pat Woodard, and if you have...
Can you imagine sending your mother pornographic pictures of yourself? There has to be a break in reality there.
Something got him going.
I mean, that's like a true break. What do you do? Where is that in California? Do you know?
Where's the place?
I forget the name of it. I've never heard of it. That's why I thought maybe you got it.
No, I didn't hear what you said.
I don't remember. I just know California. But it wasn't like Los Angeles or
it was
Irvine or something. It wasn't something everybody's heard of. What did, okay, service manager.
Service manager, I had to leave Gary. I leave a message for him.
Really, what I want you to figure out is, one, is it under warranty?
Right.
And two, what does it need? And how much?
Right.
The balm. There's this shit called Marvel's Mystery Oil. So I've seen engines come back in the day that were seized up, literally. Like, you know, they go to a Jiffy Lube, forget to put oil in it, or oil filter O-ring blows. They keep driving it, seized engine. So you pull the head, you pour this shit down the cylinders, and you let it sit there generally overnight. And then in the morning, crank it, or literally hand crank it, and freeze it right up. And I've seen them to where they'll run again for X amount of time, or where I'm going with this is they last for a few days, maybe a month, and then it seizes again, or it throws a rod, and it's over. So I'm curious if something like that was done to this car. Not by the Deal and Doug group, but by whoever traded it in or however they got it.
Right.
The Build Back Better Act being considered by Congress puts these FDA-approved affordable medicines at risk and could extend brand new...
Op-ed, kids not fully vaxxed should eat quickly. Story at 11. That's the dumbest thing I think I've ever heard.
Quickly?
That's what it says. Why?
I know. It's like...
This has got to be something they're making fun of for a headline. What is that?
One of that's like kids
What
at
is that
school
noise?
had lunch.
Coming out the speaker.
Oh, okay.
Is for postmenopausal women or for men with HR-positive, HER2-negative MBC as the first hormonal-based therapy. Be in your moment.
You know, God, I can't get over that, man. Sending your mother pornographic pictures.
Oh, is that the Insane Son one?
Yeah, it sounds horrible. So his wife left him, took the kid, went back east, and he sent a picture of himself with I guess a noose or a rope, like he was going to hang himself. And then he started sending pornographic pictures. I still don't understand if the police went out there. Is Smarty Marty signed in? You know, we had a crazy guy. I just see the name up there on line 1. That was his name, Corey.
Yeah.
And he showed up here a few times saying that Tom and I were talking about him all the time. I mean, it was the fucking damnedest thing. So somehow he got through our old security at the front and comes in, and the gal that used to be up front says, "Hey, Mark, there's someone here to see you," but I didn't have any appointments, wasn't expecting anybody. And I thought, oh, okay, maybe I didn't put on my calendar. I didn't think much of it.
Yeah.
I went out there, and he's like, "Oh, man." He's like, "Oh, it's so great to see you. You and Tom have been talking about me for a long time." I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? So I got his mother's number. He's off his meds. He's truly schizophrenic. His mom is as well, but she was on meds. He snuck into the building multiple times after that. One of the times he came up to the 4th floor, right up here, and made coffee all on film.
Oh, my God.
All right, folks, 303-713-8255. I'm going to get right back to Lisa. I'm not sure where we're going with this, but I really want to help her, and I do have some good ideas, but we've got to figure exactly what's going on. If you didn't hear what's happening, not long ago, 8-9 days ago, her son actually emailed or texted a picture, basically, of himself with a noose. And, you know, like, I'm going to commit suicide. Lisa called up the police. I'm not quite sure if they ever got out there. But now, more recently, this poor guy, and I mean this, something really bad has happened. We know his wife left him, went back east, left California, so he doesn't have his wife anymore. And I believe their son as well, but I'll ask Lisa in a second. But now he's sending pornographic pictures of himself to his mother, who is Lisa. And Lisa, was he sending these pictures to other people as well?
Yeah. He's actually sent them to several other people. His father, his sister, his an old girlfriend that he has a child with, her father, and he continues to do this.
Now, when you reach out to the police, have they done a well check in the last 8 or 9 days?
They said they called him. They will call him.
What city is it?
Speak with him. Hillsburg, California.
Hillsburg, California. We have to get...
It's in Sonoma County.
Got it. We have to get someone to get through that knows how to talk to the police, especially talk to their PR people. In fact,
well, I've contacted them many times.
And you can't get a well check done, basically, right?
Well, they call him on the phone.
Yeah, I know. I think we need to get eyes on the ground here. Suzanne, well, I would like Marty to try. Let's get all the information she has about the police department, who she's talked to. Marty needs to get through to someone else in the police department. And let's get eyeballs on this guy. No one does this. This is way off base. No one sends pornographic pictures to their relatives. In fact, sending it to the ex-wife could land this guy in jail as well if it already it could be in the works.
Yes, she has a restraining order against him.
Okay. I hate to say this, Lisa. I think at this point that might be the way we want to go, and here's what I mean. They should go pick him up. If she's got a restraining order, the cops need to go pick him up. This guy,
they will not.
What?
They will not, because they're afraid he has weapons.
Well, that's what do you mean? That's what the police are for. They have weapons too.
Well, they're afraid, and they will not go. I've even contacted
Okay, so hold on.
It's California.
It's California, so I want to get this straight. One, he sends you a picture basically saying, I'm going to commit suicide. What was it, with a noose?
Yes.
Then...
It was a noose around his neck.
His wife has left him, his current wife, and has left to go, or girlfriend, back east. Did she take a kid with her, too?
She took their 1.5-year-old daughter.
Okay, so his kid's gone, his girlfriend's gone. He sends his mom and other people a picture with a noose. Then he starts sending pornographic pictures, and I've got to ask this, when you say that, I mean, you can only say so much on the radio. Are we talking pictures of just him by himself?
Yes. Well,
okay.
there have been a few other pornographic pictures. I don't know, of different women. I don't know who those are, but
oh my God.
Mostly it's himself.
This guy has had a psychotic episode.
Right.
Yeah, he definitely has. We need to get Marty. Yeah. Marty, I know you're listening. Listen, you got to reach out to this police department in Hillsburg. They've got to get over there. I don't care if they arrest him.
I don't care. I told them, I said,
at this point, anything.
That's fine.
Oh, my God. Lisa, hold on a second. Lisa, I am so sorry. I am so up against the clock, I can't even tell you. Aunt, do I owe you another break or no? Did I totally fly by it?
No, the back time bet's going to start soon. You're good.
Okay, good. I'm sorry, Lisa. I thought I missed a break, but I didn't. So,
okay.
After the break, I want to talk to you. We're going to give this to Marty, and I want Marty to call up there and see if we can't get someone over there to check on this guy. You know, what he's doing is horrible, but it's very evident to me there is nothing normal about this. He has a big problem right now, and I don't want him to take his own life, and I don't want him to injure other people. This is what police are for.
Right. I've actually called the mental health crisis unit from Hillsburg. They said that they would go, but they need a police escort, and the police refused to escort the mental health crisis unit there.
This is crazy. Hold on. Make sure Suzanne, so she can give it to our deputy, has all the information. What officers you talk to, what phone numbers. Give her everything. This is just insane. 303-713-8255. Corey's got an issue with the IRS. We're going to go to Jake on that garage contractor problem, and then an independent living center issue. Smart Major, hang tight. We'll be back after this.
That police department out there is worthless.
What's Hillsburg, man? Is that like a suburb?
It's up in wine country.
Oh, okay. So
middle north.
Okay. Probably conservative.
Hillsburg?
Hillsburg.
Okay.
It's in Sonoma County.
Do you think it's one of these places that say we don't want any police, we want we want a therapist instead of cops?
It's probably a relatively conservative community.
Okay.
I got a buddy that lives up there, and
oh, really?
He don't like nobody. You don't like nobody, like it's me. Investors.
Hillsburg, California.
In fact, I've got maybe 3 friends that live in that area. All of them are getting away from me.
So it brought up, I typed in Hillsburg and it brought up Fields.
I cannot believe the cops won't go out, though, man.
I can't believe that either.
It's really crazy. If she sent us pictures.
11,000 people up there.
Where?
In Hillsburg.
11,000?
That's it.
254.
That's a baby.
Yeah. No, and there's a bunch of little towns like that up here, just in wine country. You know, they're just.
Where did Megan get married?
Pismo Beach, basically. Louis Obispo.
Is that near there?
Wine country.
San Luis Obispo?
Yeah.
That was down south on the coast.
Yeah.
I have a YouTuber coming in tomorrow as a comment man.
Oh, who is it?
Juan Szechuan.
Szechuan. Okay, cool. Okay.
Juan gets to buy lunch.
And then Dave Porterhouse and MH, we're going to do this barbecue contest in January. So have them in, and
well, we gotta
they can make me food as long as I don't have to share.
We gotta have Bob Logan.
Well, that's meatballs. That's different. Bob Logan wants meatballs.
Wait, MH was the one leaving, right?
MH? MH08?
What you said in the beginning to leave?
He was talking trash about leaving.
Well, that motherfucker ain't.
He's
no ribs for you. No ribs for you.
That's Korean barbecue, and he's bringing it. He's
Fuck
the one
no.
who gave me the recipes.
Sorry, bro. You're banned.
Whatever.
Blacklisted.
I'm the boss around here.
Put the picture of him. Get a picture of him for me. And put it down.
Mark,
Next
Tommy,
to Corey's picture.
Tommy says you sound great.
Tell him he sounds great, too. Now, I'll tell you this, Talib. This one here, where they chased this guy down because they thought he was robbing shit from a house. I'll fucking go out in March if that motherfucker isn't found guilty, the one that actually shot.
Actually, all three of them should go down.
All three of them should, but one should be down for fucking murder.
No, they're all no.
That shit is fucking crazy.
That's the way they've got this tied together. These puppies, they won't let them separate. They won't let them everything.
I couldn't believe it, man. Because I was listening to the guy talk about what happened, the guy on trial, and I'm like, you stupid motherfucker.
Yes.
Holy shit. Why would you ever shoot somebody because you think they're stealing some shit out of a house? And it's not your house.
Exactly.
It's not even anybody's house. It's a construction house. So, it's just crazy, man. It's crazy. Now I think it's crazy, too, though. I don't think there was many of them, but the new Black Panthers going, we're going to be shooting people in, or whatever they said. I don't know the quote, but
the deal is
there's going to be bloodshed.
They didn't say that. They went there with long guns, okay, legally. Okay, they went there with long guns legally.
I think it was only like 10 people.
Probably. Yeah. Okay. They didn't make threats themselves, but certainly somebody.
No, the one guy did for sure.
Which guy?
Well, the Grand Poobah, whoever he was, they have him quoted saying there's going to be trouble.
Was that the Black Lives Matter guy or the Black Panther guy?
Black Panther guy.
Okay.
The Grand Poobah.
Grand Poobah. We have Grand Poobahs in the Klan, man.
No, in the Flintstones.
Yeah,
that's where the Grand Poobah came from.
Yeah, well, ain't much difference. The Flintstones in the Klan. I didn't see any brothers back there. A lot of syntax.
I didn't think about that. I don't think there's any black folks on the Flintstones. Never thought of that. That's kind of weird.
No.
Same with the Jetsons, too. So fast forward to the future. I don't think there was any black people on the show.
But you also have
I don't think so.
But you also have to realize that during the time of those productions, black folks in TV were still.
Flintstones ain't that old, is it?
Oh yeah, they're that old.
70s,
80s. Man, I was a kid when the Flintstones came on.
Oh, I didn't know that. Shit, that is old. That's really fucking old.
I was a kid.
Now that I know that you were a kid when the Flintstones came out, I understand how old that shit is.
Time to become a Pro Loyalty member and get a welcome kit via mail. And every member gets a chance to win amazing prizes. Loads.
Okay, now, where are these banners at in this computer? On some, all in some
I think
somewhere?
if you go to the, I know because it's weird, it doesn't show you the path. I think if you go to the desktop, there's a folder on the desktop and they're in there. I can't think of the name of it, but they're on the desktop somewhere.
All right, that'll work. Because I probably lost a couple of them. Fighting around with it. No, I just lost them off of the list.
Yeah.
They're not gone.
I'm going to talk about this story too. Grandmother, I'll just tell you guys, listen to this. Grandmother 63 and granddaughter age 6 kicked out of a Georgia hotel in middle of the night by police. Now, let your minds wander. Why would that happen? When I actually say why it happened, it'll blow your mind.
I'm going to wait on you to say it. That was a tease.
Yeah, he's teasing us.
I couldn't believe it. I had to read the whole article with my jaw open.
Good news. Need advice when you don't have to lose. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man. That is an insane song. I love it. It's crazy.
Welcome to the show. As you know, this is the only show of its kind. We're here to solve problems, answer questions, take complaints. Man, do we dive into every topic you can imagine. Last hour, hopefully, Suzanne, did you get through to Marty and pass on that issue with her poor son?
I got all the info to Marty.
Excellent. Marty is the right guy for this. Just so you know, if you just joined us, Lisa called last hour. Her 34-year-old son is having some kind of mental breakdown. His girlfriend left him, took the kid, went from California all the way out to New York. He actually texted his mother a picture of himself with a rope, like, I'm going to kill myself, Mom. Then he started a few days ago texting pictures of himself naked, doing all kinds of things, if you will, to his mother and other people, including an ex-wife that has a restraining order against him. What I'm hoping is Smarty Marty can get through to the Hillsburg police, get someone out there and pick him up, because the ex-wife, here's probably your best bet, Marty, the ex-wife has a restraining order, and he's sending pornographic pictures of himself to the ex-wife. The police need to step up out there. I know it's California, but my God, this is what they have to do. They have to go out there and protect this man from himself and from others. You got to handle this, Hillsburg. Smarty Marty, I really need you on this one. Your dedication, I love. You solve problems, economic problems all the time. This one's got a little twist to it. Let's save this guy's life. Let's save the life of anybody around him. We don't know what this guy's capable of. But when you're actually sending pornographic pictures to your own mother and relatives and ex-wives and neighbors, something bad has gone wrong in your brain. Simple as that. Now, Jake, you've been holding a while, man. I appreciate it. Hey, Marty, let us know as soon as you have an update, too. And by the way, folks listening, Marty's one of our deputies. Deputy Scott is in studio with us. Deputy Scott, I'll see if you have any updates soon. And then we have Deputy Doc, who's usually here every day except for Tuesday. So he's out doing his thing. His car got stolen, by the way. Did you know that? Yeah. Deputy Doc. Suzanne, when did his car get stolen? Sunday? Saturday?
Saturday night, I believe.
Yeah. Now, Deputy Doc, shame is your middle name. I'm gonna let the cat out of the bag. It definitely got stolen, but he did something not too bright. And he's a doctor. He's delivered thousands of babies. Very smart man. I like Doc. He's helped a lot of people right here on the show. He left the keys in the car. Now, I can do that where I live. I don't, but I could. But, I mean, if you live in a townhome or you live... Okay, you know what? If you live in Denver and leave your keys in the car, or if you live in Lakewood and leave your keys in the car, it might get stolen. I mean, it really might. So I would take that little bit of advice and don't do that. But, Jake, what is going on with you?
I've got a problem with a contractor. I was trying to build a garage with a little sunroom portion to it.
When did you hire this contractor?
I hired him in September of 2020.
Oh, my God. September of 2020. Yeah. Okay, well, you waited a while to call, but okay.
And it took him about 9 months to get the building permit, which I don't know why.
I have no idea either. It was during COVID, so, I mean, there could have been some issue there, but 9 months is crazy. Hey, when you say a garage, are we talking a steel building, a pole barn? What are we talking about?
We're talking a regular 2x4 building. And
a stick, okay.
In the front, about two-thirds of one side of it's going to be a window with a sliding glass door looking out over the garden.
How many square feet?
495, I believe, right in that area.
Well, I mean, what is that, like 20 by 20 or something?
16 by 20.
16 by 20. Okay, so how far along are we? This all started in September. I realize the permit took forever, but if I came out to your house right now or wherever this is being built, what would I see?
A slab of concrete, and the concrete contractor, when he came out, he damaged my carport with his his equipment.
Now, where's the carport?
It's right in front of where the new building is going to be.
All right, so his concrete guy came out and ran into your carport or something, damaged it.
Right, and then
how much have you paid this guy?
I've paid him $14,000 so far, and then I haven't.
Go ahead.
Haven't had any contact with him since the last 2 months.
Let me ask you.
He's going to come.
Jake, let me ask a couple questions real quick. You've paid him $14,000 so far. What's the entire amount if everything was done, agreed upon?
$18,000.
Oh my God. Now, second question: the slab, is it just a slab, or is there actually a foundation as well?
It's a foundation for the building. It's got all the rebar and the footing, and it's been inspected by the city.
Okay, so he actually it was actually designed and it was stamped by an engineer. The just the foundation part, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm trying to think. I realize it's not a huge foundation, but $14,000 anyhow. It doesn't sound that crazy. What else is he supposed to do? He's supposed to put the entire garage up and everything else for a total of $18,000?
Well, he's just putting up the shell of the building. The frame, the roof, the siding.
Okay, so no insulation, no doors, no windows.
Well, the windows and doors he was going to add.
Hey, Suzanne, I would love for you to get Mark with Genesis on. I've got a few questions for him, but so let's continue on here, Jake. So you haven't been able to get in touch with this guy for a couple months now. The only thing that's done is a slab and the foundation and, of course, the plans. How about material? Is there any material for the building out there?
No, and that's what he's claiming is the cost of materials has gone up. He claims 400%. I don't know.
Well, at one point it might have been. I can tell you this, 2x4s were probably 400% at one point. I don't think they are anymore. And I can tell you drywall was insane. What is the name of this contractor?
It's O'Reilly Builders.
And where'd you find him?
I've been working with... through my wife. Somebody came into her store that actually does work for him.
All right, so just an acquaintance.
Yeah.
Deputy Scott, look up O'Reilly Builder. See what you can find out about him. What's the owner's name, Jake?
James V. Erstrig, E-R-C-E-G.
Now, is that the only person you've dealt with there? Is it like a one-man band?
Yeah, him and his wife.
Okay. So what's her name?
I don't remember her name.
So, Scott, see if you can find the phone number to him. If not, it's no big deal. Suzanne can get the phone number from Jake, and then call him up. See if he'll come on air is really what I want you to ask. I just got some questions for him. And one thing I do want to break to you, Jake, do you have a contract that spells out everything at $18,000?
I had a contract for 2 buildings, but the city wouldn't allow it. So another contract was never drawn up.
Okay, see, you realize the price increase is a real deal. The price increase of labor, the price increase of materials. But what I don't like is this guy, has he said, okay, you're going to owe me another $10,000 for me to finish? I mean, has he said anything?
No.
Nothing. He's just gone dark.
Yep.
All right, hold tight, man. Deputy Scott, go get that guy's number. And what I would like to figure out is, will he come on air? So see if we can get him on air. I've got some questions for him. Hey, prices have gone up. We get a lot of people calling in with this issue. Now, if you have a contract and everything's spelled out, arguably they should do it for that price. But maybe they can't. That's the other issue. We got to get real sometimes. All right, we've got a lot going on. Corey's got an issue with the IRS. And then Selena has an issue with an independent living center. I'm not sure what that means. And we're going to get one of our experts up. The reason I want to get Mark Szymanski up, he owns Genesis Exteriors, also Genesis Solar, CO.com. Great solar company, by the way. Awesome solar company. But what is so questionable on what Jake was telling me. I'm thinking a foundation plus the slab, plus the drawings, plus the engineering. I mean, how much on a 16 by 16, the price seems so low. I'd like to know how much it would cost to finish it if Jake was stuck and we can't get in touch with this guy and help. But anyhow, we have that and a lot more coming up.
On the move. When did Europe start speaking English? Did Marco Polo really go to China? Curiosity Stream is the streaming service for all things history, plus science, wildlife, and more. What's the real story behind the Mona Lisa? We got that. What caused the collapse of Rome? We know. Where did we find mankind's earliest ancestor? Come find out. From Egypt to Einstein, Curiosity Stream is the place for history and more. Visit curiositystream.com and start streaming now.
833. Ask Blake. Why am I starting off with the phone number in a commercial? Because it's so important. If you haven't updated your will or looked at it, or, you know, God knows you don't even have a will or a trust, or how about a power of attorney, medical directives? How about a beneficiary's deed? Well, you need the right attorney. I've personally used Blake Harris and the Blake Harris Law Firm, and that's 833 Ask Blake. What I love is his flat rate pricing. He talked to me. I sent him over what I already had. He gave me ideas. I told him what I want done. He gave me a price, and that's what it was, and he's a great attorney. 833 Ask Blake. I kept hitting the control room button. I went to hit next. I'm hitting the wrong button. So how long are they going to Cali for, bro?
Probably about a week or so. Well, not quite a week. Saturday, Sunday, Tuesday, 4 days.
Oh. That's quick. Shit. Are they driving or flying?
No, they're flying.
Yeah, I would say that's real quick if you're driving. They fly Frontier?
I don't know what they did. They
so cheap now.
They bargain fly, so it probably will be Frontier or something.
So I leave Vegas Tuesday, $50 round trip. That includes taxes. So the airfare was $20 round trip. The taxes and fees were $30. The fucking taxes and fees cost more than the round trip airfare. $50 total. I don't even know how they do that. If the plane is packed, that's nothing.
I've always had a problem sleeping, right? But I take one of those sleep gels about 30 minutes before bed, and honestly, it has really helped me relax. And also, let me talk about the Pro Gels, which are designed for athletes.
The bomb.
Where you want me to leave this? Radio or in here?
I don't care. Wherever you're comfortable leaving it.
Wherever you're comfortable with it.
Leave it in here.
Okay. That way you can talk to these knuckleheads. Keep them calm.
Oh, actually, I do have something. Metallica.
What about Metallica?
Raiders Stadium, February 25th. I'm thinking of getting a suite. So I've got about 10 or 12 people that would go. But here's the deal, man. The suite's about $12 grand. It comes with 20 seats. It includes food, beverage, early entry, the whole thing. I mean, it's a real fucking luxury suite. And it's going to be right next to the stage, really close. If you do the math, it's $600 a ticket. I've got about 10 people, arguably, that can make it. So I haven't decided to get the suite yet, but if anybody listening loves Metallica like I do, let Suzanne know. And once again, it's February 25th. But the tickets are $600 a piece. And then, of course, you got airfare out there, a hotel. But it's going to be an awesome time if you love Metallica. So I know you're probably out. If it was Barry Manilow, you'd be in.
Man, you know what? When I turn around, what you see, you should kiss.
It's going to rock. So if anybody out there, you got to commit, though. You got to commit. $600 a ticket ain't cheap. But, man, it's that brand new Raiders Stadium, Legions, I think. And the box is one of the closest boxes. It includes booze, beer, food. It's a pretty cool deal. Anyhow, that's the gig. I don't think I'm going to say it out over the air. I kind of rather have people that, even if I don't know you, I know you at least watch.
If you or someone you know is experiencing difficulties like these or other memory issues or mood changes, talk to a doctor.
And Suzanne will be there.
Cognitive screening. You can also learn more about NCI and its most common
Mikey Mike.
at itstimeweknow.com by Biogen and ASI. This report is sponsored by Wendy's. Warm and windy for your Tuesday. We're talking temperatures today in the mid to upper 60s. Plenty of sunshine, a few more clouds, and that breeze picking up as we get into later on this afternoon. On Fox 31, Pinpoint Weather Team meteorologist Kevin Burke.
Right now at Wendy's, see why everyone is raving about their brand new fries. Natural cut, skin on with a hint of sea salt and guaranteed to be hot and crispy.
Got it.
The way fries should be. Try Wendy's guaranteed hot and crispy fries today. You at Wendy's.
All right, 303-713-8255. We've got a ton going on. So I got Deputy Scott. He's in making a call to O'Reilly Builders. James is the owner. Hopefully we can get in touch with him, see if he's going to finish this up. I'm also trying to get one of our experts. Suzanne, if we can't get Mark, maybe AAA or one of really all I'm trying to figure out, and you'd know better than me, is some of our contractors, how much would it typically cost to finish a 16 by 16 garage if the foundation and the slab is already done? I'm trying to calculate that. God, that price seems too good to be real. 18 grand to build the entire garage, not just on a slab, but actually with a foundation. God, it sounds cheap. I start thinking, geez, I overpaid big time. Now, yes, ma'am. What do you mean? Oh my God! Did he say anything, or we don't know? Scott's walking back in. I'll ask him. That's kind of irritating. Now, if we call up, look, we're not the police. We're not the FBI. You don't have to come on and talk to us, but at least be decent. Maybe you have a side to the story. I heard you got the old clickaroo.
Yeah, I got a hold of James and told him who I was, and we were calling on behalf of the Tom Martino show.
What did he say?
He didn't say anything.
Just click.
Just click.
Did he even say hello?
He did say hello.
And he acknowledged he's James.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did he say O'Reilly Builders? Not that it matters.
No, he did not.
What phone number did you call, Deputy Scott? I'm dying to know.
720.
Yep.
227.
Yep.
7256.
Now, this is kind of irritating. So, Jake, you weren't kidding. This guy has gone black. He doesn't talk to you at all. But at the same time, he doesn't want to talk to us. And once again, he doesn't have to talk to us. But why would he just hang up? I mean, is the guy a jerk in general, Jake? Like that, jerk General Jake. Jake, what do you make of this guy? Is he typically a jerk? I don't know what he's doing. He's just hanging there. When Jake comes back up, let me know, Suzanne. But folks out there, the reason we give these numbers out is not to punish him by any means. It's really to give him feedback on his business. I love when my mic breaks like that. Now I'm going to be stuck holding it, but that's okay. So absolutely crazy. I'm sorry, who's on for, Suzanne? Jake?
That's Jake.
Hey, Jake, is this guy always a jerk or what?
He's always seemed nice, but I mean, at least he answered your call. All I get is the answering machine.
Yeah, he just sends you right to voicemail hell because he doesn't want to deal with you. He wanted to take your $14,000, and now he doesn't want to finish the garage. That's the problem, and I get it. Prices have gone up. COVID has caused issues, but not to communicate, not to give you any options, just simply not to answer is not a good thing. And I think the public should know how James of O'Reilly Builders runs his business. And if you would like to give him some feedback, and, you know, I would like you to give him good feedback. Tell him exactly what you think. And I'm being honest. If you think that he's a great guy and you would hire him, tell him. If you think he's a lousy, no good, tell him. 720-227 7256. Now, if you want to call and he can't see your number and just leave a message, is that star, what is that, star 72, star 69? I get them all mixed up. But one of them you can do, and it'll block it so he can't turn around and call you and bother you, because sometimes guys like this do that. He took $14,000 from Jake. The entire job was $18,000. All he has done is a slab in the foundation. There's no materials there to build the building. There's no windows there. There's no doors there. There's nothing else there. There's no roofing material there. Is that all correct, Jake? Nothing else there.
That is correct.
And how much damage did his guy who came out to do the slab create on your carport?
Oh, he broke the fascia on the carport.
So what? A couple $100 or something? I don't know.
I'm not a contractor.
I don't even know how you would fix it. So the guy also created damage to his carport and won't fix that, won't answer the guy's calls. James at 720-227-7256. James, I'd love to talk to you on there. We tried to reach out off air to talk to you, but I don't quite understand where you're coming from. How do you justify telling this guy the entire job is $18,000 and then walking off the job and not doing anything else in the last 2 months? You won't even talk to the guy. You won't even talk to him. What kind of are you?
By the way,
yes,
star 67 to mask that telephone number.
Star 67, then 720-227-7256. The only reason I say that, some people are hesitant to call and give them a verbal review and have them see the number, and I understand that. So star 67, 720-227-7256. And honestly, we do this as a public service, not just for people listening, because if you see that number come up, you'll know never to hire him, because you might give him $14,000 and then he only does a portion of the job and then never talks to you again. That could happen. And the other reason we give it out is we want you to give him honest and critical feedback. Really, give him your feedback. In fact, if we can leave reviews, that would be wonderful too. O'Reilly Builders. Did you find the Google thing on him? So you can't find anything.
Yeah, I have not been able to find him yet on Google.
Oh, man. God, James, I just don't understand it. All you had to do was just tell Deputy. You didn't have to tell us anything but to hang up on us. I just don't dig it, man. I don't dig it. 303-713-8255. 303 Martino. That number works on and off the air. Now, Selena, and we've got updates coming, by the way. Selena, what is going on with this independent living center?
Hi, Mark. I will try to keep it together. But my mom had an incident and was in rehab. When she got out of rehab, we signed her up for an independent living center in Longmont, and she made the deposit, paid the first month's rent to the tune of $4,000.
The first month was I'm sorry, she didn't move in, but she paid the deposit of $4,000, or is that the first month's rent, or that's the total?
Total.
Got it. Keep going.
She stayed at my house while she got some therapy, and until the studio was available, she moved in to the center, was there for a total of 5 days. My mom passed away last Monday.
Oh, my God. I am so sorry to hear that, Selena. I had no idea this was going to turn that quick.
I didn't know either that it would turn that quick. So the last week we've been dealing with, getting her memorial and everything and just mourning. And so I called the center to ask if there's anything specific in writing that I need to take care of. And she proceeded to tell me that I was responsible for the next 3 months. My mom did sign a 3-month lease. However, there is a clause based on death in the contract.
And what does it say?
Well, it says a couple things, but, you and your estate understand and agree that your death shall serve as 30 days notice.
Hold on. Here's what I'd like to do on this, Selena. I want to figure this out without sugarcoating it. I just want to figure out exactly where you stand. So I want you to take a picture of that and email it over. I'm going to have Suzanne get Brad O'Brien He's one of our attorneys. He's going to be no, actually, I'm sorry. 833 Ask Blake, Suzanne. Let's get Blake Harris on. I want to ask Blake about this. I know he's dealt with this a lot, but unfortunately, I want to tell you one thing. Fortunately, you're not responsible for anything. Now, her estate might be if she's got the money, but you do not have to pay these people monthly. You simply don't have to do it. Do you understand that?
Okay.
And we'll dive into a little more of that with the attorney. So right before we go to break now, I don't want you freaking out on that. So that I can rest assure you, you personally do not owe that money. Now, her estate might, but that's totally different. They can't come after you. Does your mom have a lot of money in her estate? Did she have a house? What do you think the total would be?
She has a house in a trust, but
excellent.
There is a death clause, so she might own 30 days. But here's the thing, Mark. Really, at the end of the day, they can re-rent that place tomorrow.
Yeah, and if they do, but hold on, but listen, that's another great question. If they actually do rent it tomorrow, then they're going to have betterment. They're going to literally have two sources of income on that same room, and they can't do that. Hold tight. I've got to take this, and I want to try to get Blake Harris up. He's going to be perfect for this. This is what we do here, folks. This is what we do.
Available everywhere on our free iHeartRadio app.
Art of Granite.
Music, radio, and podcasts all in one. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's.
From the Betfred Sports Traffic Center, I-25 is running at the speed limit, both directions to Denver. I-70 sluggish for the construction through the ditch, and we're starting to go for road work west of 470 between Kipling and Cape Hero. Marker also
I love Blake.
Yeah.
You know, he's odd. But a lot of people are odd. In fact, I tend to actually bring odd people towards me.
Yeah, he's talking about us on the slide.
Yeah, he is.
You got that, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got that. He's talking about us on the slide.
You were drawn to me 25 years ago.
But that was
25 years
But somebody
ago.
else sent me at you.
You
and they had a
really
real
odd.
reason, huh?
25 years ago.
I was particularly odd 25
Hold on,
years ago.
hold on,
That's why I
guys.
went and found you.
Wendy's guaranteed hot and crispy fries today at participating U.S. Wendy's.
Wendy's.
You know, get your smartphone right now. Go into your kitchen, take some pictures of your current countertops and cabinets. Then I want you to take some pictures of that bathroom that hasn't been updated forever. Then you're going to send them to Mitch Floria at theartofgranite.com. He's going to give you a bid right over the phone with some dimensions and those pictures. He'll give you an idea what brand new, beautiful granite countertops or quartz will look like with the most beautiful cabinets. You'll be the envy of the neighborhood, and honestly, your spouse will probably love it for Christmas. Go to theartofgranite.com. Do it right now. theartofgranite.com.
When you're north of 65, in a lot of ways life gets easier. Menus have whole sections dedicated to you, and people start offering you their seat. By enrolling in a Medicare health plan through Kaiser Permanente, that easy streak keeps on going. Our high-quality health plans make it easy to access your health needs, often under one roof. So take advantage of all those senior benefits, so long as they benefit your health. Visit kp.org/Medicare to learn more. Kaiser Permanente. Thrive.
What's all the buzz about nasal irrigation and navage, and should I try it? Here's the science. Airborne germs invade through your nose. It's the body's air filter for trapping allergens and viruses. When your nose gets clogged, it's less effective and germs multiply. Eventually, your immune system can get overwhelmed and you get sick. Nasal irrigation is an effective, all-natural way to clean your nose. It's not a drug, it's more like plumbing. Saline goes in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out the other nostril, flushing out mucus and germs. I'm Martin Hoke, and I invented Navage to make cleaning your nose easy. It's the world's only nose cleaner with powered suction. Navage pulls out the bad stuff so you can breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and feel healthier. At Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, Bed Bath, and Walmart. Or go to Navage.com for a free gift with purchase. Over 2 million sold. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E. Clean nose, healthy life.
Psoriatic arthritis made my joints stiff, swollen, painful. Tremfya is approved for adults with active psoriatic arthritis. Emerge Tremfyant. Tremfya can help reduce joint symptoms at 24 weeks. Some patients reported less fatigue as assessed by survey 1 week prior. Individual results may vary.
Tremfya is taken by injection at weeks 0 and 4, and then every 8 weeks. Following the 2 starter doses, that's 6 doses a year. By prescription only. Serious allergic reactions may occur. Tremfya may increase your risk of infections and lower your ability to fight them. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms of infection, including fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough. Tell your doctor if you had a vaccine or plan to.
Tremfya. Emerge Tremfyant. To learn more, call 1-877-578-3527 or visit Tremfya.com and talk to your doctor about Tremfya. See our ad in Health Magazine.
Are you one of the millions of homeowners who haven't refinanced yet? If so, I'm here to tell you it's not too late. Hi, I'm Wesley Hogan with Westland Financial. Although the lowest rates may be in our rearview mirror, as the economy recovers from the biggest economic shock of our lifetime, rates still remain near historic lows. In fact, with the dramatic increase in home values, this may be the perfect time to put that new home equity to work. Take advantage of our cash out refi program and pay off high rate credit cards, car loans, or other high interest rate debt. Or finally make those home improvements you put on hold for so long. Best of all, we can do this with no closing costs. That's right, whether it's a conventional, FHA, or VA loan, we'll pay for your title, settlement, lender, and recording fees. So call Westland at 888-455-3669. That's 888-455-3669. It's the biggest no-brainer in the history of mankind. 888-455-3669.
NMLS number 3304. Not all loans apply. Equal housing lender.
This holiday season, give your family the gift of good health.
How you guys doing? Rod Smith, 2-time Super Bowl champion, 3-time Pro Bowler, Ring of Famer with the Denver Broncos. We got dumbbells, we got fitness equipment, we got treadmills, we got bikes. We got it in stock right now. My original fitness equipment came from a big box store. Filled the space, looked great, but it just wasn't functional. So you know what happened? Didn't get used. The great thing about getting new stuff put in my home, it made me want to use the gym more, and it's got to be the best, and true and tough stuff are the best you can buy. There's nothing more important than your health, so get the equipment that you'll use every single day. You never regret buying quality.
We have deals everywhere. Take advantage of up to 36 months, 0% financing. All of our products have incredible warranties. We do delivery, we do installation, we service the product. If you ever have a problem, we come and fix it. It's commercial grade equipment made for your home.
Fitness Gallery offers the nation's lowest prices for the highest quality equipment.
Visit one of our 6 convenient locations today or visit us at fitnessgallery.com.
All right, folks, 303-5. I'm going to just catch everybody up, then we'll get right back to the phones. We've got Smarty Marty working on someone in California. This poor woman called in, and her son is having some kind of mental breakdown, and I mean, like, really bad. He texted his mother, remember, he's 34 years old, texted his mother a picture of himself with a rope like he was going to hang himself. She called up the Hillsburg police. They've called him on the telephone, but they just won't go out there. So hopefully, Smarty Marty can go out there. The second thing we're working on is O'Reilly Builders. Suzanne, is he ready to come on? I think Suzanne might be talking to James at O'Reilly Builders. I'm going to find out what's going on. What do you got?
So James just called to talk to me, and he said that he is going to call Jake and work things out.
I love it.
He said that in a lot of cases, if clients are upset, they don't want him back. I said, was that the case with Jake? He said, not at all. Jake is a very nice guy, and I'm going to call him and work things out. I don't take money and disappear. He said there has been some issues with COVID. He did say that.
You've been talking to good guys, bad guys, contractors, doctors, attorneys, along with us forever. What did you make of them?
I'd like to give him the benefit of the doubt.
I love it.
And then if our listeners could please stop calling him so he can talk to Jake, we'd really appreciate that.
So, Jake, let's do this. Jake, I want you to talk to him and work something out. Remember, things have gone up. I think you got a heck of a price in the building to begin with. And I'm not saying you need to renegotiate it or anything like that, but if the materials truly have gone up and have stayed up, and it's going to cost this guy a lot more and he might not be able to do it, you might want to try to work it out so you can get it finished. You know what I'm saying, man?
Yeah, I understand prices have gone up, but and I have been trying to work with him, but I just keep getting, I'll start tomorrow, and it never happens.
Well, here's what I want you to do, though. I want you to kind of wipe the past out of your brain, and I want you to call him up when we hang up, okay? And I want you to talk to him and see if you guys can work something out. The fact that he called in and talked to Suzanne and said, listen, I don't take money and run. I want to go ahead and get this handled is a great thing. So that's what I want you to do, and then report back to us. You can send us an email, too. But I'd love a follow-up to hear what James has to say with O'Reilly Builders and what you guys come up with. Then we'll make sure that he follows through with what he's saying. And if he doesn't, we'll take that direction.
Okay.
All right, man? So call him right after this. Got it? And if he doesn't answer or calls you back, call us back. That would be the worst scenario, but I don't think that's going to happen.
Okay.
All right. Suzanne, do you need any information? I'll put him on hold. I would like him to follow up, and I think you're right. You've got a pretty good sense of people, and I bet this guy does come through. At least I really hope for your sake, James, and O'Reilly Builders, you guys do come through. We get it, COVID, price increases, and things happen, man, but take care of this guy. Take care of this guy for me. All right, 303-713-8255, 303 Martino. Now, Selena, I'm going to bring you back up. By the way, we got some open lines. 303 Martino, 303-713-8255. Selena, I have you up, and I have Blake Harris listening. I'm going to bring him in on a second, but I need to catch everybody up. Selena, her mother put $4,000 down to move into elder care, and she basically passed away 5 days later. She signed a 3-month lease. The owners or the managers of this facility are telling you owe 3 months rent, right, Selena?
That's what they told me yesterday, yes.
Okay, now hold on here. I'm going to lock you in. Hey, Blake, what's going on, man? How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing well, Mark. Nice to be back on the show.
Yeah, man, it's great to hear from you, too. I hope Thanksgiving and everything's going great for you. But here's what's going on with Selena. You kind of heard that, and I told her a couple things. So, one, I would like you to pontificate a little more on, can someone be responsible for someone that has passed away's bills? Yes or no? Go ahead and explain it.
Well, no, you're not responsible for anyone else's debt. Her estate might be responsible, so they may be able to take the payment out of the estate before you receive your inheritance, but unless you co-signed on that lease, you're not responsible for her debt.
Blake, do you hear this a lot where these independent living centers actually try to strong-arm the kids generally into paying whatever the lease was? I mean, this can't be the first time you've heard of this.
Yeah, actually, Mark, I don't know that I've heard of this before, to be candid.
Wow.
So I'm not saying it doesn't go on, but this particular situation is unique.
So, Selena, what other questions do you have now that we have Blake Harris, attorney at law, on?
So there is a death provision, and the death provision states that, you and your estate agree that your death shall serve as 30 days and that your estate shall remain responsible for payment of your monthly fee for a period of 30 days following your death. So
they're going to end up putting a claim in, because you said your mom did own a house. So let's just say she's got a couple $100,000 in assets. That's going to be the estate, and they probably will, right, Blake? Basically go to the estate and try to get paid per that provision.
I imagine
is that 5 days?
Well, that's a separate, Selena, I get it. That's a separate issue. That's really not a legal issue. You're going, hey, she was only there 5 days. This is a bunch of crap. I mean, really, that's where you're coming from, right?
Yes.
How do you interpret that contract she just read, Blake?
So it's a little bit unfair, but it's not really far out there. So I would say it falls into some gray area. I mean, it's not absurd that a court will completely disregard it, or that I can say a court will certainly disregard it. But if you push back, I could definitely see a court saying not 3 months is unreasonable, paying for 1 month is reasonable. However, I have a different strategy for you. Go ahead and get probate opened as soon as possible, and as soon as probate is opened, you are going to be ahead of anybody else stepping in as personal representative.
Oh, wait.
Then,
Hold on, Blake. I hate to do this. I got to take this break because of the time. Please,
Okay.
just hold on. I'll come right back to both of you. But I think I know where he's going to go, and everybody's going to want to hear this.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's.
From the Veteran Sports Traffic Center, I-25 is all clear through Denver. I-70 slows both directions for the construction through the ditch. Stop and go through roadwork westbound.
So, 830 people have signed a petition to have that lady that drove 32 miles to dump her dog fired.
Are you serious? I want you to talk about that. Hold on. Where'd you read that?
Jason, John Libby sent me this.
Right now at Wendy's, see why everyone is raving about their brand new fries. Natural cut, skin on with a hint of hot and crispy, or they'll replace them. You know, the way fries should be. Try Wendy's guaranteed hot and crispy fries today at participating U.S. Wendy's.
You know, a little trivia real quick. What is the best way, the best way to feel better quickly if you're dehydrated or maybe have vitamin deficiencies or a migraine? You know, the answer is an IV drip. These guys, too, a Rocky Mountain IV, what's cool about them is they come to where you are. Maybe it's an office building. Maybe it's your house. It could be anywhere. They will bring the IV drip to you and get you feeling better quick. 720-987-2155. 720-987-2155. Rocky Mountain IV Medics. Now, you want to talk about a bargain? Have you ever seen these water guys that come to your house and you're looking at a filtration system? They fill up some of your tap water, and then they shake it and they add something to it, and it's brown and it's going to kill you, and they try to get you so afraid of your water, then they hit you with a system that can cost $8,000 or more. Oh, my goodness. Well, thank goodness for Water Pros. These guys, a complete system starting at under $2,000 for your whole house, and they have point-of-use systems like for your tap water at your kitchen sink. Dirt cheap. You got to call these guys up. In fact, the owner, Paul the Waterman, he's actually a plumber as well. A licensed plumber installs it. They're great guys. 303-862-5554, waterpros.net.
If you have contracted COVID-19 or received the vaccine and are suffering from hand or foot numbness,
Water Pros.
Suffering from the neurological effects of this disease.
Okay, I got to do some in-house inventory. What do we got here? We'll do Panacea. So we're going to talk Frankie Baby, and we're going to talk Panacea Baby.
Frankie Doreen. And Pain Astia.
Man, I love that Jamie Baumgarten.
I like that dude.
He's a good fucking guy, man.
He is so smooth.
He got lucky. Here's a doctor that got into CBD, and he's just in the right company. It seems to be the perfect fit for him. I love it. And I really like that guy from these people, Colorado Pain Care.
Devin?
Yeah.
Devin, I'm going to see him in 2 weeks.
So so Tom went there. He fucked himself up exercising, doing crunches, and he went in there. I think I did the show that he did over the weekend. He goes in Monday, and that dude was his physical therapist, literally that guy.
Oh yeah.
So a week or two goes by. He's feeling better. The adjustments, everything's great. So he comes into studio. What's his name?
Devin.
Tom doesn't recognize him at all.
I remember that.
Yeah. So he was in studio, and the guy's like, "Yeah, so how's your back?" And he's like, "How would you know I was there? Did you talk to so-and-so?" He's like, "No, I am so-and-so." That was me.
Yeah, that was funny.
Dude, he was in serious pain that day, man.
And I thought I was done for yesterday, though, when they fell off that ladder.
Good thing you didn't end up like upside down, or
What were you hanging? Christmas lights? I didn't hear.
Okay, my garage door stopped closing.
That sucks.
Okay, so I was adjusting it. You know, you go up and push a little button and you adjust it. So I was adjusting it down. I got it all adjusted. I'm getting ready to step off the ladder. I'm holding on. I got a good grip. I lift my right leg and go to pull it back. As soon as I go to pull my right leg back to catch the next step, my left foot literally slid forward off the dang thing, and now my leg is in the little box, in the hole in the ladder.
And the ladder didn't fall, though.
No. It's up. I'm in a hole up this high. So I'm coming down. I'm literally falling, man. And I'm thinking if I land on my back, or if this ladder actually goes down, it's going to literally snap my femur. Okay? So I just stick my right leg out and try to catch myself while I'm holding the ladder, twisted this shit out of my knee.
It's better than the alternative.
But I caught myself. I thought I was done for, man. I thought I was going to be laying on the floor, screaming and hollering, trying to call somebody to come get me up. But Linda was already gone. Mikael was on his way over, though, so that was really, really cool.
I was coming back from Woodland Park, and my dad had a mountain house up there at the time. So I decided they were still building it. In fact, he'd been working on the deck, and the deck is probably about 30 feet off the ground. So I park in the driveway. I see the truck there. I go in through the garage, nobody. I go back out, and I'm thinking, okay, maybe he's having a beer with a neighbor or something. And I hear something in the distance. So I walk around back. My dad fell through 2 planks in the deck. He's 30 feet in the air, hanging like this. So I get him up. We end up going to the hospital. He fucking broke 3 ribs.
Oh, wow.
But I was thinking, shit, if I didn't come along, I don't know you would just hang there literally till someone came.
Yeah.
You can't drop. All right, folks, 303-713-8255. I want to get right back to Blake Harris. Hey, Blake, you were helping Selena come up with a alternative from when her mother passed away. For people just listening, she was in a care facility for only 5 days. The mother put $4,000 down for the deposit in the first month's lease. In the contract her mother signs, it actually says death is a 30-day notice, so they want to be paid for an additional month at minimum. So, Blake, what would you do?
I would open up probate, because if you don't open up probate, another creditor, the nursing home, could step in and open up probate. So go ahead and open up probate, and then don't run a notice to creditors. You can cut the creditor period short by running a newspaper publication, but instead of running a newspaper publication, you can also just wait 1 year. So open up probate, and then you're going to wait a year before making any distributions, and then after a year, if the nursing home doesn't stake their claim in probate, then you don't have to pay the nursing home anything. If, however, the nursing home does stake a claim, then you can fight with them during probate about the fairness of their bill, and chances are there's a good chance they'll give some discount if they do go to that extent.
Selena, I got a question. You said $4,000 your mom paid. That was the deposit. How much of the deposit was it, and how much of it was the first month's rent?
So $2,500 a month, and then there's $1,000 non-refundable deposit, and then there's another $1,000. It's like, about $1,500. I'd have to look at the exact amount.
So, Blake, that money's gone. I mean, that money's going to be gone no matter what. I think it's crazy they keep the $2,500 for 5 days, but really, that money's probably gone, right, Blake?
I would not hold out for getting any money back.
Yeah, that's probably not going to happen. I do have this question, though. If she could prove they have already rented out that exact room again, that they're keeping the $2,500 for the first month, is there anything there? I mean, they'd have to prove that it's actually occupied now and being paid for, but does that create any issues you can think of?
Possibly, but I mean, these are fungible rooms, so renting out her room doesn't necessarily mean that they covered their loss there.
Got it.
I mean, just to be realistic, I wouldn't try to get your money back, but I wouldn't be quick to give them any more money.
You got any other questions, Selena?
Nope, thank you. I appreciate it.
You got it. Let me give you Blake's number. He'll always talk to you for free, too. I mean, you can call him up. Blake, you do free phone consultations all the time for questions just like this. 833 Ask Blake. It can't get any easier than that. But give him a call with any other questions, Selena. And I'm really sorry to hear about your mom.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye. 303-713-8255. Hey, Blake Harris, I appreciate it, man. If you had to say the biggest thing, if people could go back in time, if they could be undead, what do you think the biggest thing they would do when it comes to wills, trust, everything you do? What do people generally wish their parents did before they die? I mean, give us some advice.
So as far as estate planning is concerned, what do people wish they did? An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of the cure. Plan ahead. When I get a call from somebody and they say they want to create an estate plan, or let me try that again. When I get a call from someone and they say that they need to probate an estate, I'm almost certain that I'm going to be charging a much higher fee than I would be charging that family if they were calling to create an estate plan. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of the cure. Plan ahead.
And I love what this guy does, too. Listen to me, folks. You have a will that hasn't been updated. Maybe you've gotten remarried, maybe a divorce, kids are out of the picture or grown up. If you want him to have them look at whatever you have, whether it's a trust or will, or create a trust or will for you, or a power of attorney, a beneficiary's deed, a medical directive, you get the idea. He'll give you flat rate pricing. So you talk to Blake at 833 Ask Blake. He'll kind of figure out what you need, give you different ideas, and then he's going to tell you how much it is. Blake, as always, I appreciate you coming on, man. Have a happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving as well. Always fun to be on.
Thanks, man. 833 Ask Blake. He's a cool cat. I've always liked Blake. 833 Ask Blake. Man, he killed it with that phone number. Hey, Talib, are you still taking that CBD?
Yes, sir.
Real CBD. I've known Talib 25 years. He does not BS. If he says realcbdthatworks.com works, it does. We love these guys. And by the way, if you put in promo code TOM, you can save 30%, but you got to check it out. We got a lot coming up. My name's Mark Major. Hold tight.
Holidays remind us to count our blessings, family, friends, warm home, and plentiful food. But for too many of our neighbors, single women, families, veterans, and seniors across northern Colorado, they struggle during the holidays and throughout the year. They rely on Catholic Charities, and because of the kindness of people like you, your donations provide shelter, emergency assistance, meals, housing, health care, and so much more. Donations before the end of the year are tax deductible. Go to ccdenver.org/support. Catholic Charities, supporting neighbors, transforming lives.
We all want lower drug prices, and generic and biosimilar medicines save Coloradans billions of dollars over expensive brand-name drugs. The Build Back Better Act being considered by Congress puts these FDA-approved affordable medicines at risk and could extend brand-name drug monopolies forever. Text generics to 52886 and tell Congress to protect generic and biosimilar medicines for our seniors and all Coloradans. Visit protectgenerics.org to learn more. Paid for by the Association for Accessible Medicines.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
KRFX HD2 Denver.
KHOW Denver. An iHeart radio station. Available everywhere on our free iHeartRadio app. #1 for music, radio, and podcasts. All in one.
ABC News, I'm Victor Okendo. In Brunswick, Georgia, a jury is now deliberating the 9 counts, including murder and aggravated assault, in the trial of 3 white men accused of killing Ahmaud Arbery, the 25-year-old black man who was shot and killed last year. The defense argued the men were trying to make a citizen's arrest based on a now-defunct Georgia law. ABC News legal contributor Terry Austin says the prosecution addressed the law in closing arguments.
Under the law for citizen's arrest, you are supposed to know that the person is committing a crime, not just hearing it from your mom. And you are supposed to have actually witnessed that crime. So she's trying to point out the fact that he had no knowledge that a crime was committed.
In Waukesha, Wisconsin, the suspect and driver of the SUV that plowed into the crowd at a holiday parade on Sunday is due in court today. Police say Daryl Brooks was behind the wheel when he hit dozens of participants and onlookers. This is ABC News. European Union health ministers meeting today as COVID-19 cases continue to surge across the continent.
The European Union's health commissioner saying health ministers will discuss the possibility of imposing new travel restrictions. They also plan to talk about the EU COVID pass and whether it should include information on boosters, with some member countries insisting a third dose should be required to travel. Any recommendation will be non-binding. It'll ultimately be up to individual countries to decide what to do. Inez de la Quatera, ABC News, Paris.
At least 45 people were killed in a fiery bus crash in Eastern Europe. Most victims were tourists visiting Bulgaria. 12 children are reportedly among the victims. The crash happened on a dark highway overnight. Some passengers survived by jumping through windows. Crabs, lobsters, and octopuses will be recognized as sentient beings in the UK. This after new research suggests they have a central nervous system and can feel pain. Victor Okendo, ABC News.
Hundreds of thousands of people have said goodbye to their overpriced Verizon, AT&T, or T-Mobile plans and switched to Pure Talk. It's Jill Schlesinger. Did you know Pure Talk gives you the same great coverage on the same great 5G network as one of the big guys for about half the cost? The average family is saving over $800 a year. You can keep your number and keep your phone or get huge discounts on the latest iPhones and Androids. Unlimited talk, text, and 6 gigs of data is just $30 a month. Or if you want unlimited data, you can still save a fortune. With US-based customer service, Pure Talk treats their customers right. Plus, they have a 30-day risk-free guarantee, so you literally have nothing to lose. From your cell phone, dial pound 250 and say Jill 50 to save 50% off your first month. That's pound 250, say Jill 50. Pure Talk is simply smarter wireless.
KHOW News Time, 12:03.
Denver health officials have voted in favor of enacting an order to require masks in most indoor spaces starting tomorrow.
And will be in place through January 3rd. Many of our local businesses and venues are already doing this, and we applaud them for being proactive and keeping their customers and workers safe.
New mask mandates are set to go into effect tomorrow in Jefferson.
Y'all are too
All right,
slow.
the first half has gone by fast.
Y'all are too slow.
I got to get that SaferNet call on. I was waiting for things to lighten up.
Oh, yeah, I want to get Brad on.
Yeah, I already got that lined up. I was just trying to get it lightened up a little bit.
You are really appreciated, John Capone.
Capone?
Yeah. Yeah, John Capone. He keeps reminding me when he can't hear what we're talking about, he's like, commercials, commercials, commercials.
I'll tell you, they don't like commercials.
Don't sound like it.
So that Plex, it is smart enough to zap commercials out.
You have to help me work with mine.
I will.
You have to help me work.
I got to up your drive too, man. I got if I just give you what I've done in the last 6 months, you'll be fucking happy. You still got that external drive, right?
What would I do? Give it away?
I don't know.
That's where the movies are at.
Bring it in. Bring it in. I'll bring it home and upgrade.
That's where the movies are at. Why would I get rid of it?
Oh. I sure hope Smarty Marty could get the cops over there. I just can't imagine how fucking crazy you gotta become to send your mother pornographic pictures. I mean, you're begging for help. That's about as screaming out for help as it gets, man. Or you're just batshit. Like literally batshit.
And that's still screaming for help.
Big time. Soon you might be kicking yourself in the head. That's the biggest brainer in the history of Earth.
I mean, I understand, John, but see, him getting fired up is what's distracting and why you end up with the commercials.
Let's get Fix It 24/7 on. I'll do an interview next hour. And then let's get an electrician on and we'll do an interview. You know what we should do? Let's get Become the Banker in for an interview next hour.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's what they did. They don't like that.
What?
Y'all don't like that, huh?
No, they do not like become the banker. But you know why, though? They've just heard it so many times. It's nothing bad against them.
He's crying now. You know, laughing to keep from crying.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to leave you guys on the commercials.
Don't do that.
No, I'm going to leave you guys in here and you won't hear the callers. That's what I'll do.
Troubleshooter's going to help.
Man.
The Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Welcome to the show, the only show of its kind. We're here to solve problems, answer questions, take complaints. If you're new to the show, it's simple. I give a phone number out, 303-MARTINO or 303-713-8255. You call in with any problem. Maybe it's a bad contractor. Maybe it's a bad dentist. Maybe it's a bad doctor. Maybe a bad accountant. We have a group of people dedicated to help you. In fact, Deputy Scott is in studio today. He's working on a couple, one with the Arapahoe Hyundai. We have Suzanne behind the glass, Aunt behind the glass, Talib on video. On top of that, we have Smarty Marty. He's our deputy. He's in Florida, but he listens to the show every day and gets more done than any other deputy. And then Deputy Doc. Love Deputy Doc. He's usually in studio with us every day, except for Tuesdays when Deputy Scott's in. So if you need help, now is the time to get it. I'll always tell you when a line's open. Once again, 303-713-8255 and 303-MARTINO. That latter number works on and off the air, by the way. So you can leave a message and we'll call you back in the morning or at night. We check it all the time. So if you have a problem, you can call 303-MARTINO at any time, and one of us will get back to you, and hopefully we can help you out. The other thing you can do is email us, help@troubleshooter.com. Now, Ken, Dave, Corey, who should I go to first, Suzanne? Who's been holding the longest? Corey?
Yes,
Corey,
has, actually.
Corey, what's going on, man? It says you have a problem with the IRS. That's not a good way to go.
Yeah, it's not good. It's not good. I have 3 kids, and I'm getting a child tax credit payment for $750. But now, October and November, it was only $250, and I don't know why. I think someone stole my kids.
So you've been getting a child tax credit prior to the last month of how much?
$750.
Tax credit. And how does that come? Do they just send you a check?
Yep.
$250 a kid.
Yes.
And now you only got what, $250?
Yes.
I wonder if they did change something. I don't know the answer to that. Suzanne, maybe Mallory at Smith & Lavelle or Eric Reinemere at Accounting for Success, and I know I'm saying that's his old company, whatever his new one is. Let's try to get one of our accountants on and find out. But let me ask a couple basic questions, Corey. One, I assume your kids are still living with you. You don't have an ex-wife that's claiming them or anything strange like that.
No, my oldest is 18, so I figure he should be still under that.
Yeah, I think it's at least 19, but honestly, I don't know. I don't know right now. And then how about your other two? How old are they?
14 and 10.
And how long did you get those tax credits, by the way? How long have you been getting the $750 a month?
I'm not sure. I want to say since May.
God, I didn't know we were sending out $250 per kid. What's the income?
Per kid.
Do you know what the ratio is? In other words, if you make over X,
under $150,000, you're getting $250 per kid.
God, I might just go have more. Suzanne, I mean, I can get my vasectomy reversed, and we can start knocking children out. $250 a pop. It's going to take us 9 months to cash in, but it's just it's an idea. Hold tight, man. We're going to get one of our accountants on to answer it. All right, Corey?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Hold tight. Man, did you guys know that? You don't have young kids, but did you know $250 a kid? Did you guys know this? I did not know it. I mean, I knew there was a child tax credit, but I didn't know they were literally mailing the checks out. I wonder if it changed from $250, but it doesn't even, the math doesn't make sense. So we're going to figure that out. Everybody hang tight. Meantime, Ken, what's going on with you? Ken, you're up, man. Ken, going once. Ken? All right. Suzanne, you can check that line. I'll come back to him. Meantime, Dave, how can I help you, man?
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can hear you perfectly, Dave.
All right, perfect. Yeah, this is a follow-up. I had called about the Credit One. They're saying I owe $268.77. They
Hold on a second.
Middling credit.
Hold on a second. We keep pretty good notes of this. I want to pull this up. David, 5 years ago, got a Credit One credit card. You used it for 2 years. Then you paid it off with another credit card. Now they're coming after you for an unpaid account. But if you paid it off, why would they be coming after you?
I'm not sure because I actually sent them a copy of my credit report showing that the account was paid and closed.
Wow.
And then yesterday I get in the mail like a dispute letter. It says, we are uncertain of what you are specifically disputing. Well, it's pretty obvious what I'm disputing.
No, wait a second. Wait a second. On your credit report right now, and by the way, folks listening, you can pull your credit report 100% for free weekly right now, for free. So don't pay any of these places to do it. Now, you won't get your credit score, but you'll get all the activity going on with your credit history. So when you're on your credit history, David, do you see the Credit One credit card there?
I see it says Credit One, yeah.
Does it say paid in full or paid as agreed? What does it say on your credit report?
It just says account closed, and it has zero balance.
Well, that could mean usually under that there'll be boxes that represent 30 days or months. And it will have, if you are over 30 days past due, over 60, over 90, or nice little check marks, meaning that you've paid all the time. And generally when it's closed, it will say paid as agreed if it was paid as agreed. In other words, they might have closed it down and sent that balance over to collection. Is it derogatory on your credit report is what I'm really getting at.
No, not at all, because I had bought a brand new house and it wasn't even on our credit report.
I agree. I agree with this, and I'm being serious. I don't know what you're disputing either. If there's nothing negative on there, what the hell are you disputing?
No, they just keep sending me letters saying I owe $268.77.
And that's Credit One?
Them all the proof. Credit One Bank, yeah.
Yeah, I just throw them out. I mean, I don't know why they're doing it. They're not putting it on your credit report. So really, all they're doing is sending you letters. I don't even know if I'd answer them. I think I would just throw them out.
Yeah, they sent it to Midland Credit Management Company. Another credit card management company had bought.
Here's what I think happened. Listen, because it's not on your credit, I wouldn't worry about this new company going out and tagging your credit. That would create all kinds of issues unless if you actually got served, they brought you to court, they won, they got the judgment or default judgment. That would be a different scenario, but none of that's going to happen over $200. I wouldn't call them. I wouldn't do anything. In fact, the one thing I might do is write them a letter and say, sue me. I paid this. It's done. It's over. My guess is they bought it for pennies on the dollar, and they know it's not collectible. They're just trying to get $100 out of you, or they're threatening you with some credit slander, but I don't think they'd have the cojones to do it.
Yeah, and I did that. I wrote them a letter saying, I'm a retired veteran, and I fought for this country so you guys could rip people off. Absolutely not. You're not getting a penny.
I love it.
So that's what I did tell them that.
Yeah, and I wouldn't worry about it. The only thing that really matters is if it's on your credit report. The one thing you might want to do is check all three of your credit reports. Did you do that? And all three are free, once again, for everybody listening. It's something to do with COVID. They changed it. It used to be once a year. Now it's either once a month or once a week. I think it's actually once a week. But you should check all three of them, Corey. Or I'm sorry, Dave. That I would do. 303-713-8255. Suzanne, did you talk to somebody on about Corey and the IRS?
I did. I spoke to Smith Lavelle.
Oh, cool. Who'd you talk to over there?
Plent.
I love these guys, so I just want to say this real quick. You can call this a shameless plug. You can call it whatever. I have had the same accountant for how many years? 20?
Something like that.
I love Smith & Lavelle. Mallory Smith is kind of like He's the guy that thinks outside the box. He's the accountant. He thinks outside the box. Then Bob, his partner, is so like he's the nuts and bolts. It is the perfect accounting team, whether you need payroll. When I used to have the Goodyear stores, I'd go through payroll with them. They do all my tax returns. They do all my company tax returns. They do some of the companies Tom and I own together, tax returns. They're just great people. I can't put it any other way. Their pricing is more affordable than most. They're just great people. I have sent so many people to them. It's unbelievable. So if you're looking for a good accountant, remember Smith & Lavelle. And you know what? That is a shameless plug. But some people I just got to push. They're great. So Corey, Suzanne talked to him. And for everybody listening, Corey was getting $750 a month for the child tax credit, which represented 3 kids. All of a sudden, he's getting $250. Suzanne?
So Clint at Smith Lavelle CPA, he said that everybody's advanced child tax credit payment is different. It's based on income. It's based on prior year's filing. And he also said, Corey, to remember, it is an advance payment that it does get paid back when you filed next year. So just caution, he just wanted to caution you about that. So
it's still kind of curious, so why it went from $750 down to $250.
Did his last year's filing, his income change from last year compared to prior years?
Yeah, Corey, has anything changed? Like, did you file late or anything else?
No, nothing changed.
Nothing changed at all. I wonder if anybody else listening has dealt with this, and it's just been this one check, what, October or November?
Right, October and November.
Oh, both of them are only $250.
Right.
If anybody else's child tax credit has actually dropped, let us know. Corey, keep listening or give Suzanne your info. I wish I had a better answer for you. I understand what Smith & Lavelle was saying. Everything's different, but nothing really changed in this guy's life. You know what? Let's check with one other person. Maybe, who is it? Over at Larson. I like that guy, too. All right, 303-713-8255. I got to take a quick break. Ken, I promise I'll come to you next. We do have some lines open. 303-Martino, 303-713-8255.
You won't find a bigger or better selection of used and hard-to-find used firearms, ammo, scopes, and big game hunting accessories. Forget online shopping. At the Tender Gun Show, you're free to see and handle your purchase before you buy. Get your guns while you still can this weekend at the Tender Gun Show.
Get your guns while you still can.
I know.
Get them online at tendergunshow.com.
All right, we talked to Blake last hour. 833 Ask Blake. If you need a will, if you need a trust, if you need help when someone passes away, maybe you need a beneficiary's deed, maybe you need anything that has to do with protecting your legacy and making sure the right people get the right things passed down to them. 833 Ask Blake. The one thing I really love about him, when I used him, I called him up. I said, here's kind of what's going on. Here's what I would like to happen. He said, well, okay, we should do a trust, and we should put the house into this, and we should do this and this. And he told me kind of the whole thing, how he wanted to design the trust. Then the part that I love is he gave me a price right there for everything. An upfront price, and by the way, his pricing's great. I decided to use him. He knocked it out in a reasonable amount of time. I paid him, and everything's great. 833 Ask Blake. Now, let's talk about Colorado Pain Care. I can't say this enough. Mr. Martino, the man, used them not long ago. I couldn't believe the difference this company made in Tom's life. He did something over a weekend. He was doing, he does crunches all the time. And if I told you how many he does, it would blow you away, but I'm not exaggerating. You can call and ask him. He does 1,000 to 1,500 crunches at one time during the week. One particular day, I think it was a Thursday or Friday, he pulled something, man. I saw him the next morning. He was in such bad shape, I couldn't believe it. He went down to Colorado Pain Care within 3 or 4 days and a few trips. Man, it was like it never happened. All these guys do is try to make your life better by taking away pain. It's a series of different doctors that do different specialties, but they all have one thing in common, and that is making you feel better and getting rid of your pain. If you've tried everything else and there's still issues going on, or you think you could be better, give these guys a shot. They take Medicare. They take most insurances. Great guys. 303-GOT-PAIN. 303-GOT-PAIN. 303-GOT-PAIN.
Looking for help with Medicare?
Oh, that was a great show, Mr. Major.
What's that, dude?
How to get these banners up on top.
Oh, it's cool, ain't it?
I did. It was like, you know, I wanted to throw all this shit away because I couldn't figure out what to do with it. But now, to relabel them where I can see them. So Bezos gave away $100 million
to who?
To you don't like Obama, to the Obama Foundation. Chris Abbott, you got a problem with that?
Obama, what's the foundation?
I have no idea. Something in Chicago. New Obama and the new Obama land. Boy, you guys sound so anti. Don't make me start talking about you like I'm thinking.
But now what I've really liked is the sleep gels. I've always had a problem sleeping, right? But I take one of those sleep gels about 30 minutes before bed, and honestly, it really helped me sleep. Also,
bless you, Gesundheit.
Yes.
Goes in tight.
Gesundheit.
You get 30% off your first order with using promo code KHOW, KHOW. And there are things in there that I really believe you will like and will help you. 30% off your first order.
Bless you.
Man.
These are coming threes, so I don't know if we're done yet.
That was 1, 2. Who got 3?
Can you imagine not being able to get rid of the hiccups, man? I was reading a story a long time ago. This fucking guy had hiccups his whole life. I don't think I'd hang in there.
His whole life?
Whole life. Still fucking got.
There's no charge. I mean, nothing.
How much was it if you went and bought it?
I don't know. It didn't say. I don't know if this is like a refurbed one out of their stock.
Does she know all this?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, I didn't tell her. I thought it was a refurb, but
who cares?
Who cares?
Refurb's fine.
Yeah.
What brand was it?
TCL.
I got some of those.
Do you?
Yeah, they're smart TVs, so they have Hulu and Netflix.
Yeah, I could see the little pictures, you know, like the smart TV icons.
I got 2 of them. I'll tell you how impressed I am with one.
Which one? What TV?
It's a TCL. This one's a 32-inch. I have it outside by my hot tub, mounted, nice swivels. So it's been outside for 3 years. It ain't a fucking outside TV. It just happens to be an outside TV.
But you just happen to have it in the right place.
And I've never had any problems.
You've got it in the right. You know, when I put one, we're going to put one outside on the porch there, but it's going to be in a catbird seat like yours. It's under, it's covered.
Yep.
Snow.
But even think of how cold we got last winter. It works perfect.
All right, 303-713-8255. We have some lines open. As promised, I'll tell you, you have any questions, you've been ripped off, an issue with the contractor, anything that we can help with, I want to hear from you. 303-MARTINO, 303-713-8255, 303-MARTINO. Now, Ken, I promise I'll come right to you. I have to say this, though. This is what we call in the biz a tease. Listen to this. Try to think of what. I'm sorry, I'm going to it here. Listen to this. Grandmother, 63 years old, and granddaughter, 6 years old, are kicked out of a Georgia hotel in the middle of the night by police. Now, why? Why would that happen? You start thinking, okay, were they causing a ruckus? Were they cooking up some meth? What do you think was going on? It is the most outrageous reason I have ever heard of being kicked out of a hotel. I can't believe it. I still can't believe it. Wait till I tell you why these people, 63-year-old grandmother, little old lady, and a 6-year-old child, got the boot from a hotel by the police in the middle of the night. You're not going to believe it. Ken, what is your question? Every time I go to Ken, I don't think... Ken, are you there?
I'm there. Mark, how you doing?
I'm doing great, man. What's going on with you?
Hey, first of all, Tom Martino shouldn't be doing crunches. He's too old. But my question is...
Listen, no, you brought that up. I need to say something. Tom's almost 70. This guy can do 1,000 crunches. That's all I'm going to say. Keep going, Ken.
Hey, I got a CD maturing next month, and there's just no place to put it where you can make some interest. And I'm wondering, what would you do with a pile of money?
What's a pile of money?
$270,000.
Oh, dang.
$270,000. Huh. You really want to know what I do? First of all, I'm not giving you... Well, I'm giving you my own financial advice. I am not a fiduciary by any means. I'll tell you what I would do with $270 coming out of a CD. I would probably, if you don't already have like an Ameritrade account or a Schwab account, something where you can trade yourself. By the way, is this money coming out? It's not part of a 401k or anything, right? It's already pre-taxed. It's just money.
Yes.
Yeah. So I would probably do an Ameritrade account or Schwab, whichever one you like. And I would probably buy Walmart. I think for $270, I probably would buy Walmart. Yep, that's what I would do. Literally, that's what I'd do. I'd buy $270,000 worth of Walmart. They got a little dividend that pays each year pretty good. So you put about $3-4 grand a year in your pocket from the dividend, maybe a little more. And it's just a kind of it's a very solid company, and you should have more growth than a CD by any means. Now, there's other stocks out there, but I'm being pretty conservative when I tell you Walmart. So
what about, Mark, pardon me, what about real estate or paying off his house or anything like that? Would you do anything like that?
No, I wouldn't.
And what about Kroger?
No, I wouldn't buy Kroger.
Dutch Bros? Addie's made a bunch off them.
Yeah, but Dutch Bros, I just don't know enough about them. I mean, I want this guy to have some growth over the years. You get a little money put in there with I just like Walmart, honestly. I mean, how much do you owe on your house? Money's so cheap right now. I mean, if you do owe money, I assume you're in to a mortgage at what, 2%? I mean, what are you doing, Ken? Do you owe money on your house?
What? No, house is paid for.
Yeah. And you sound like you want to be somewhat conservative with it, not crazy. If you were going to be a little more crazy, I'd have some other stocks you might look at. But I really, Walmart is just a good, steady growth stock, and it pays a dividend. I mean, there's other good ones out there too, but you asked me what I would do with 270. I wouldn't even diversify at that amount. I just do the $250,000 right like that. Maybe keep 20 grand in cash if you don't have cash somewhere else.
Maybe he wants to go see Metallica with us in Vegas.
Yeah, or you could buy the entire suite package, so we could have 30 suites when we go to see Metallica with it. That's the other option.
Yeah, the casino's good enough the way it is. So.
Do you have any other investments? I mean, what else besides that CD do you have? I assume you have a 401k or something.
Yeah, I've got a 457 that's got some in there, and then I've got a pretty decent pension out of Colorado, out of the PARA program. So
out of PARA. And then the other thing that's cool, and a lot of people, their biggest retirement investment's that house. You already have your house paid off. What's your house worth?
Oh, maybe 375 or so.
Oh, man, when's the last time you checked? Where do you live? I have a hard time believing you're in Denver Metro with a house at 375. Is it a townhome or something?
I'm in Las Vegas.
Oh, shoot. I don't even know there. Oh, my God. He's literally in Las Vegas.
Ah.
We're literally going to that concert on the 25th out there, man. I can't wait to see that new stadium. Is it cool?
Oh, it's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Have you been in it?
Yeah, I've been in all the stadiums out here. It's a booming town.
Man, it's crazy. I do love Vegas. I'll be there next week. Basically a boys trip, me and my buddy Mikey, and then Suzanne and I are actually going out for New Year's. We love seeing the shows. We're not huge gamblers, but man, I love the shows. I just love the town, man. It's a cool town. I'll say this, I couldn't live there in the summer. Man, what do you do? Do you go somewhere else or you just stay indoors?
Last year I went up to Minnesota for a couple months, but you get used to it. You really do.
That's crazy. We were there one time. Suzanne, what year was it when it was snowing?
That was years ago.
Literally, we were standing in Las Vegas in front of the MGM, and it was snowing. It was somewhere in the 90s, but it was crazy, man. That's the only time I've seen that. Hey, Ken, I appreciate the call. I hope I gave you an answer or something to think about. I mean, it is what it is.
Sounds good. I appreciate it.
You're welcome, man. Have a good day. 303-713-8255. I have to take this break. Then Johnny's got an issue with Carhop. Is Carhop the one that delivers, or are they actually brick and mortar? I'll find out during the break. Johnny, hold tight. 303-713-TALK.
I've never heard of Carhop.
I have.
Have you?
Look them up real quick.
Now, impact traffic. This report is sponsored
I would love to get
Colorado Insurance. From the Veteran Sports Traffic Center, I-25 is all clear through town.
I would love to get Lazara on. Hey, babe, would you see if we could, if Lazara would come on next hour for a segment?
Oh, this brought up Carhop Auto Sales and Finance.
Do they deliver, or is it brick and mortar?
Carhop.com.
Sunshine comes back Thursday through the weekend with the highs reaching up into the mid-60s. Right now it's 68 degrees.
Yeah, my daughter works for Dutch Bros.
Yeah.
And just look up the about at carhop.com and I'll ask you about it.
Can get you on the road without a tow. Join today at AAA.com.
Here's a guy I hope you never need, but I love this guy, Joseph
A. Lazare. In fact, I'm going to have Suzanne reach out, see if we can't get him on next hour. Here's what he does. He's a criminal defense attorney. And let's say you get a DUI or something. You have to have someone in your court, man. You absolutely have to. You do not want to deal with the DA all by yourself. You're going to get a horrible deal. It's just going to be horrible. Joseph A. Lazare will represent you. If you're innocent, he'll do whatever it takes to fight for you and win. And if you did make a mistake, it doesn't matter if it's domestic violence. Man, he's represented people that have literally shot police officers. So we talk a lot about, DUI because they happen all the time, unfortunately. And we talk about domestic violence and stuff because it happens all the time. But Joe represents everything you can imagine when it comes to criminal defense. And he knows all the DAs. He knows the judges. What does that mean? Well, it means he has relationships. So people trust him on the other side, and they're willing to cut deals if you have a good case or if they have a bad case. This is one of the numbers I want you to write down and put in your phone. 303-429-6200. 303-429-6200. The reason I want to have him on next hour is I want to talk to him about what do you do if you're pulled over. And let's say you just left a restaurant and you had a couple glasses of wine, and the police officer asks you, will you take a breathalyzer? Will you do a roadside? You might be shocked what the answers are coming from a criminal defense attorney. So stay tuned for that.
I can't quite tell
What's that?
I can't quite tell what they are.
I love Josephine Lazare. If I got into trouble, I'd use them.
Okay, what were you saying? I was on the phone.
I would love to see if you could get Lazare on next hour for a segment.
I'll text him.
Just like I do every year. I want to talk to him. What do you do when a cop pulls you over and wants to take a breathalyzer? What do you have to do? What don't you have to do? What's best to do? He gets the idea. You'd be kind of shocked on it. What do you guys think? If a cop asks you, I'm not even going to say the answer, but you just left a restaurant, you had one glass of wine. Cop asks you, have you been drinking? What do you say? No, have you been drinking? That's all he asks you. You left a restaurant, you had one drink, whatever it is. And the cop asks you, have you been drinking? I pulled you over for speeding. By the way, have you been drinking?
I'd say no.
I'd say how fast was I going?
You'll be very curious how he says to answer it.
It looks like a brick and mortar place. There's this one on West Colfax.
Did you go to About Us?
I didn't see an About Us.
Oh, they don't do that.
No.
Current customers, find a location. Yeah, you're right. These look like, these are everywhere. Brick and mortar.
Yeah.
So Colorado, man, they've got Colfax, Colorado Springs, Aurora, Greeley, Pueblo. All right, this is a big operation.
Yeah.
Capone says we've had calls about Carhop before and that they're slimy.
Let me look on our call logs. Hold on. Let's see if he knows, Capone.
Hey, it's Ross. You know I love veterans, and you know there's a reason that American Financing is the official mortgage lender of Custody Bank. It's in part because they have salary-based mortgage consultants, which means that you get a no-pressure, no-obligation home loan.
Wait till you.
One that's designed around your needs, including if you're a veteran. I mean it when I say this is a family-owned company that's going to take care of you and your family. So whether you want to buy a new home or refinance your current loan,
This is just the craziest thing, man. I am so like, it's the craziest reason they got kicked out of this hotel. I can't fucking believe it.
Can't wait to hear it.
I just can't believe it.
Management thought grandmother was
Molesting the kid.
molesting, yeah.
No. It's really nothing devious.
Wow.
It's so fucking crazy.
I only wish I had gone to him sooner. He's probably saved my singing voice. Well, I can't sing, but Dr. Opperman saved my voice too. If you're having any trouble,
Biden announces largest ever release from Strategic Oil Reserve. Why not just open up some pipelines, Jack?
Pension buyout, a severance package, or what to do with your 401k. Hi, I'm Linda Gardner, host of Your Money, Your Retirement, and I can help. 720-488-8604. That's 720-488-8604. Sorry,
It's easier to turn the reserves off and on than it is to clean up a pipeline and then shut it down.
There's no reason to shut it down. You just keep it going, man.
Yeah.
All right, look here, Mr. Green Tree Electric Car Driver.
I'm not trying to be a Green Tree Electric Car Driver. I'm just trying to look at what they're trying to do.
They're trying to make energy a fucking boatload more expensive, and they're doing a hell of a good job. I'd hate to live where heating oil's coming in soon.
Oh yeah.
They're talking double.
Yeah, northeast. And
I'm pretty sure you saw Smarty Marty's called in.
Excellent. Tell him I'm going to tease it till after the break, but it's going to be a great one. I'm going to give him plenty of time.
Okay, you're going to go to the Carhop one, right?
Yes, ma'am.
To learn more, call 1
And Susie has bugs in her house.
3527 or visit TermFire.com and talk to your doctor about it. In Health Magazine. Denver's talk station.
Bugs. Bugs. All right, 303-713-8255.
We're going to get back to Johnny. He's got a Carhop issue, but I want you to think about this. Grandmother 63, granddaughter 6 years old, kicked out of a Georgia hotel in the middle of the night by police. You're never going to believe why. I just, when I finally say it, and I will soon, it's mind-blowing. It's mind-blowing. It makes me want to give the phone number out to this hotel. Big time. Johnny, what's going on with Carhop, man? What location is it, by the way?
It's, I think it's 625 South Havana.
Got it. Carhop of Aurora. That's right. They've got a bunch of them around here. That's a big operation, man. What kind of car did you buy?
CX-7 Mazda. 2007.
2007 CX. And how much did you pay for it?
I think it's supposed to be 7,000. You know, I think that's the total, 7,000.
What do you mean the total? With taxes and stuff, or did you buy some kind of warranty or what?
No. With taxes, it's about 7,000.
Okay. So what's going on with it? And I'm sorry, one more quick question. When did you buy it?
October 29th of this year.
Oh, you just got it. Okay. So what's going on, man?
Okay. What happened was when I took it for a test drive, I went back and I told him that it was leaking oil. And so the answer was, well, it's probably oil from them cleaning the engine and all that stuff. And I said, but it really smells really bad.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. So, hold on. I got to understand this. So, what they're trying to say to you, Johnny, is they like power cleaned it with a power washer, and somehow that got oil everywhere.
Probably, yes.
Okay. Strange, but keep going.
So anyway, so I decided to get it, and so I drove it for a couple of weeks, and then finally it just quit on me.
Johnny, and, when you bought it and you knew the oil problem, I realized they said, oh, that's just because we washed it off and it's burning a little oil. Did they put anything on what they call a we owe you, meaning that they're going to repair the oil leak or repair the oil problem, or there was nothing said about it?
No.
Okay. So how many miles did you put on it? How long?
I'd say probably about 250, maybe close to 300.
250 miles, and what happened to it?
Just quit running. I went to go visit my brother up north on about 114. I guess that would be Thornton. And
when you say it quit, I mean, are you like driving down the highway and it's stalled? Give me a little more info.
Well, I was driving. Actually, I was driving on Federal, and what happened was I could see it like it wanted to, like hesitating, like it wanted to quit. So it just gave me enough room to get it to the parking lot. There's a restaurant right there. It's called Big Mama, so I parked it there.
Did it start again at Big Mama's? I assume you tried to.
Yeah, I never started again. So
would it crank? Is it what I'd call a crank and no start? But it wouldn't start?
No, I never did that. You could just hear it was clicking, but...
Okay, almost. Did you try to, I mean, do you think the battery was, I'm sure it's not a battery, but did you try to jump start it at some point?
Yes, I did.
And nothing, just a click, click, click?
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like the engine seized. Did you bring it somewhere? Did someone check it out? What do we know?
Okay, so I brought it into some, I can't remember the name, but he's got a shop about 8 blocks from where I was.
Okay.
And he told me that he thinks that it's a cracked engine.
Oh, man.
So then I had it towed over to Carhop. I mean, not Carhop. I was on my way over there, and they said, don't bring it over here.
Well, what did they tell you to do? Anything? Or did they basically throw their hands up and say, too bad, so sad, we got you?
Probably something like that. But they told me to take it to Sheridan Auto Tech.
Okay, I love Sheridan. Did you get it over there?
It's over there. It's been over there since I think last Wednesday.
Which location?
The one on Havana.
Hold tight.
I think
Hold on. Suzanne, let's get Kevin on at Sheridan, please. I want to see exactly what's going on with this car. You know what, guys? I can go into... Watch, I'm going to ask him a question. We already know the answer. I'm not going to beat him up, I promise, and there's a reason I do this, but I am going to do this real quick. Hey, Johnny, when you bought it, did you have someone go out and look at it, do a pre-purchase inspection, or bring it to a shop to look at it?
No, I didn't.
Okay, that's good. Hold on. I knew the answer to that, and how I knew that is because the car broke down 200 miles later. And I'm not going to beat Johnny up. But I do want to emphasize to everybody listening, get a pre-purchased inspection. It would have cost him $100 to $200, not $7,000. Now, I don't like the fact 250 miles after he bought this car from Carhop, it's worthless. We're going to find out after the break what's going on with this. And I'm going to tell everybody as well why this grandmother and her grandson or granddaughter got kicked out of a motel in the middle of the night by the police.
I said, quite the tease. You're dragging that shit out.
Yeah. From the Veteran Sports Traffic Center in the north end, we've got a crash southbound I-25.
Okay, who am I doing? I haven't even looked. Sheridan Auto Tech. What the hell? That's unbelievable. That's unbelievable. Literally, that's the spot I have now. Oh. That's crazy.
Fox 31 pinpoint weather, mostly sunny and warm today. Some clouds are going to move in tonight with the low down to 33. Then cloudy.
I'm going to fill it. I'm not even going to do it because I'm going to have Kevin on.
Wow. Okay.
Winking.
Sheridan is one of the ones I lost.
Uh-oh. Hold on, guys. Fire it off as normal, but I'm filling it because I'm having him on in a second.
All right, check it out, 888heating.com. I love these guys. I've been talking about them for a while. What they have going on right now is great for the community, and it's great for you. Free furnace tune-up. Yep, 100% for free. They're going to get the dirt out. They're going to actually clean it. The reason they do this is they're going to introduce you to their company. They're great guys. They do have great pricing. They do furnaces, air conditioning, plumbing. They're just great guys. But listen to this. You donate a coat. It's got to be in good shape because they're going to donate it to the homeless or to a good cause. You get the free furnace tune-up. No tricks. There's no tricks here at all. It's a true furnace tune-up for free. And you're going to get to know a great company out there. And on top of that, your furnace is going to be ready to go for this winter in great shape. They'll give you a breakdown guarantee, but it's free. I can't put it any other way. You have to donate the coat, but it's free. 888heating.com. That's their website. They've been on our referral list for 15 years. 888heating.com, or you can call them at 888-HEATING.
We all want lower drug prices, and generic
The Build Back Better Act being considered by Congress puts these FDA-approved affordable medicines at risk and could extend brand name
Try it now.
forever. Text generics to 52886 and tell Congress to protect generic and biosimilar medicines for our seniors and all Coloradans. Visit protectgenerics.org.
What was the mother's name from the suicide call? June Jade?
No. Lisa?
Who?
Lisa?
Lisa?
That's a guess.
Lisa sounds the best.
Yeah.
When you're north of 65 and a lot of ways life gets easier, menus have whole sections.
All right, now, what are these?
Sure.
When you make these things, what are they? The inputs for the what kind? The banners.
Oh, the banners are, it's either photos, there's another one. It's not video,
It's got to be photos. It's got to be images. Okay, got
Images.
Gotcha.
There's another one that sounds like it could be, but it's not.
What's all the buzz about nasal irrigation?
Kevin's not sure what this guy's complaining about. The car's done. Carhop paid for it. There might be a deductible. Carhop approved for the car to be.
Okay.
So we're not even sure. I'm not even sure why the guy's complaining.
Maybe the guy just doesn't know this. Maybe he just needs an update.
Well, he even told me, he goes, when I was getting information, Johnny says to me, they said that they've got to get approval from Carhop. He must not know they got approval, and it's paid for.
He needs an update.
So,
Well,
I don't know.
We might have a dinger for him then.
Talk about a quick fix. He calls in and we fix it. Done.
Mark Stinger's
And
coming
someone
out.
else is paid for it.
Do we see if he can find a big like bum bum bum?
A gong.
And then seriously, find something like that I want Tom's dinger up too. Hey Aunt, she's going to explain something to you, but I'm going to want Tom's dinger up. But I'm also going to want a big deep dinger. That's going to be my dinger, and we're going to compare dingers.
Their staff needs to double before the dream deal becomes a nightmare. Front end, back end, project manager. Indeed can help them hire great people fast. I need Indeed. How about a gong? InstaMatch instantly connects you with.
Is that big and loud?
Gong, yeah.
I love it.
Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job.
So I'm going to say, okay, let's pull out Tom's dinger and play his dinger. Then I'll go, you know what? This is such a big one, we've got to pull out my dinger.
You can compare plans online, over the phone, or in person. To watch, figuring out that Wi-Fi password, or putting the duvet cover back on. So you can do those things. With Find RX coverage, you can definitely Medicare. Find the plan that's right for you by visiting Walgreens.com/Medicare.
Hello, this is Bill Amphier, General Manager at Cooney Lexus of
Right now, your trade-in value will be more than you ever expected. We also have 0% financing up to 36 months, 9 up to 72 months on select CPO vehicles. Come see us today at Cooney Lexus, I-25 in Bellevue, or online at CooneyLexusInGreenwoodVillage.com. Medicare may be confusing, but it doesn't have to be.
All right, we might keep you, Mark.
What's shaking bacon?
He helped me find the shirt and auto tag.
I love Kevin.
I like him too. I really, really like this dude.
He's a good guy, man. Jeff Vick, if I ever needed a transmission, bar none, Jeff Vick.
He'd give it to you, huh?
Nah, he wouldn't give it to me, but
I know.
I'll tell you, his pricing is unbelievable. His warranty's great. And the guy, he can do it himself or have his guys do it. I mean, he knows the fucking transmissions.
Yeah. I want to take that dang Mercedes to one or the other and say, look.
Sheridan.
Yeah, should I do anything with it or should I just start looking for a new place?
All right, folks, listen, I got to get everybody caught up. We've got a lot going on. We're going to go right back to Johnny. He bought a car from Carhop. 250 miles later or less, it sounds like the engine's seized. Carhop had him bring it over to Sheridan Auto Tech, and we have the owner, Kevin Calkin, one of my favorite people. He's on. We're going to go to him in a second, but I got to tell everybody, after this break, we have an update from Smarty Marty on the suicide call this morning. This poor mother, her son, I think her name was Lisa, her 34-year-old son that's in California texted her a picture with a noose, like he was going to kill himself. And then a couple days after that, he starts sending pictures of himself, pornographic pictures of himself, to his mother, to his ex-wife. Meantime, we find out his current girlfriend and his child moved out, and they went to New York or somewhere on the East Coast. And this guy is having a mental breakdown. The police would not go out to his house. The mother has tried everything. Smarty Marty has an update, and I can't wait to get to that. But I've got to finish up on this call first. Johnny, I've got a question for you. I'm going to bring up Kevin Calkin with Sheridan Auto Tech where your car is, but I have a question for you real quick. What do you think's going on? What is Carhop told you?
Carhop told me that first they said, I couldn't drop it off over there because they would repossess it. And
wait a minute, you owe money on it too?
No, well, I just bought it.
Okay, that's weird. Okay, but anyhow, what else?
So all they did is just told me to go over there because they just gave me two choices. If I took it back, they would repossess it.
Oh, I see. No. I understand. If you okay, I get that. Go ahead. And what was the other choice? Get it fixed, right?
Yeah, so that's why they sent me to Auto Tech. But the problem that I'm having there is it's been over there at the shop since last week, and I called the guy from Auto Tech, and he said he's just waiting from Carhop. I guess the main office is in Minnesota.
He was waiting for Kevin, or the group over there was waiting for authorization from Carhop.
Yes, that's what they're waiting for.
Okay, hold on here. Let me wave my magic wands and see what's going on. Hey, Kevin, what are you doing, man? How are you doing today?
What's going on? Doing great.
Thanksgiving's here, baby. I can't wait. Thursday.
Favorite. I love Thanksgiving.
I was thinking of you when years back we had those dollar steaks I bought at the dollar store. And I was wondering if you're going to have any dollar steaks for Thanksgiving since turkeys are so high.
That's a once-in-a-lifetime thing, Mark.
That is. Hey, what is going on with this guy's car? I know you know something about it.
Yeah, it's pretty much SOP. I mean, we have to wait a few days for approval, and we have approval, and now they're trying to find an engine for him. They'll send us the engine, and we'll put it in. It can, we told them it can take upwards of a week to 10 days from start to finish.
Oh, nowadays, that's quick, man. So yeah. Johnny, Carhop has approved it. You're in great hands over there with Kevin. They're going to put an engine in for you, and you're going to get your car back, but it's probably going to take a little bit of time, man. They've got to source and find the engine, then install it. But that's good news, isn't it?
And then the Thanksgiving weekend really backs everything up again.
Yeah, of course it does. So, Johnny, good news, huh?
I did tell them that if they would fix it, I would keep it and make my payments because I try to see because I had to put in some money.
Johnny, I've got to tell you. Hold on a second. Listen, man. I want you to really listen to me right here. You bought the car. It's your car, brother. It doesn't matter if it broke down 2 miles later or 250 miles later, unless if they have some kind of warranty. Kevin, do they generally have a warranty?
Yes. They put an 1818 warranty on the powertrain.
Oh, wow. So they're covering this completely under warranty.
Yes.
Excellent. Johnny, you're good, man. But here was my point to you. But Johnny, listen, here was my point to you. I don't want people getting confused out there. If you buy a car, you bought a car. You didn't decide to buy a car and you can take it back. When you buy a car, you own that car. If it's warranty work and there's a warranty, they will fix it, but you can't just take it back. So this is good news, though. You're going to have it done soon, all right, man?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you.
That's good news.
That is great news. And you can ask for Kevin down there. What is it? Quick.
303-455-7242.
Yeah, hold on a second. 303-455-7242. Kevin Culkin, Sheridan Auto Tech. Great people. Listen, we got another hour coming up with some unbelievable updates.
Yeah. Oh, my dinger. Keep Kevin up. Keep Kevin up. Damn it. I didn't have time anyhow. The music was up. Damn it. Damn it, Jim.
From my friends at American Finance, there is no pressure, there's no obligation, there's no upfront fee, no hidden fee, no application fee, just a simple conversation with a salary-based mortgage consultant.
That was an excellent line, and I found those graphics.
And if you can keep him up too, I'd love it. He had one more question, man. What were you saying, Jack?
Nothing worth talking about.
All right, it's the 1 o'clock hour, baby.
303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000.
What's that? You said something.
I was going to tell you to keep them up. He had another question, but don't matter.
Oh, no, he didn't. He just wanted to tell us he's been listening a long time. Oh. That's another question. So I didn't realize he wanted to say that on the air. I was just kissing him goodbye. Joe Lazera is available from 1 to 1:20. So if you want to warn Marty now, I told him you were taking him at the 45, which didn't happen, and you're
no, but I won't.
After.
I'll get with. We'll do the updates coming back with Marty.
Okay.
I got to finish up on the car one real quick.
Car one's done.
Oh, Kevin's gone.
Kevin's gone.
Okay.
I thought you were all done with that call. Sorry.
It's fine. It's good.
Okay. Okay, well then back to business. So you're gonna go, you want me to get Joe Lazaro on, you're gonna go to Marty.
Yeah, get Lazare on, let's say about 10 after.
He only has till 1:20, he has court at 1:30, so he had to be done at 1:20.
So get him on like 108.
Okay.
Or, hold on, let me talk to Marty real quick. Screener side. Hey, Marty.
Did he hang up?
No, it doesn't work. I remember, Tom, we had this problem. This phone doesn't work. Just tell Marty, say we're going to have Lazare on. Is he cool to hang? I really want to do that update. No, I want to do that update first. I'm just changing my mind left and right. Hey, babe, I'm going to do the update with him first. Just get Lazare ready. The update's not going to take that long.
I have the answer, but I'm not going to tell you.
What answer?
Marty.
How do you know?
Because he texts me.
Oh, okay.
We talk like every day.
Marty, you're coming up, baby.
I'm not going to tell. I'm going to tease you.
Am I going to like it?
That depends on how much he goes.
I'm not saying.
Is it the best update ever? Don't tell me he committed suicide. That'd be a horrible update.
No, that would be horrible.
That I would not want to be teased on. That guy who drove into that parade, holy shit, man. He was out on bail for $500.
Talking about the guys back
Wisconsin.
No, where the good people on both sides were there. That guy.
The DA came out and goes, yeah, we definitely didn't raise the bail enough. His criminal history is unbelievable. He shouldn't have been out, man. I mean, he's like a danger to everybody he runs into. He was out on bail. One of the things he was out on bail for, punching someone and running him over with a car.
And he got a $500.
It was at $10,000, and he told the judge he was indigent, which I didn't realize is like a get out of jail free card or something. Yeah. But it had nothing to do with that. It had to do with like the 15 things he was awaiting trial for that were all violent. That was the problem.
I'm a pilot. Suzanne is collecting all the favorite sayings, repeat sayings.
Oh my God,
Get the dinger.
Were you around with the pilot stuff or no? We haven't done that for a while.
I don't think so.
Yeah, so we always joke, Tom, he used to, along with almost every pilot, work into everyday conversation that he's a pilot. So in other words, you go, oh man, it's beautiful out today. This weather's great. Tom would go, oh yeah, I might go flying later. Doesn't matter. Oh, dinner was great last night. Oh yeah, you know what? I had a great snack while I was flying yesterday. I mean, just no matter what it was, he would work it in. But pilots in general do that. Doctors do it too.
Yeah.
I can see Doc going, yeah, so I was delivering this baby.
I know, in his Rodney Dangerfield voice.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So I was delivering this baby.
Hey, I'm delivering this kid. He was one I wish I got to see.
Rodney Dangerfield.
So the big ones I've seen, I'm so glad I saw George Carlin. Seen Chris Rock multiple times.
Yeah.
Jerry Seinfeld multiple times.
Okay.
I'm thinking of any other big ones. I mean, I've seen like Sinbad. I've seen, who's a fucking, oh my God, the only one that's got a worse mouth than me. He was on that family show too. Fuck, I've seen him a couple times. He tells his joke, The Aristocrat, which is the dirtiest fucking joke you've ever heard. Not Family Ties. What the hell's that show, man? With Uncle Jesse? Uncle Jesse. Come on, you guys must know this show. Uncle Jesse, goddammit. Uncle Jesse. Okay. The woman that was Uncle Jesse's wife on the show was the same one that paid money to have her kid put into UCLA and got busted and had that whole big thing going on, that big soiree.
Well, I really don't. No, man, if you're talking about privileged people, I have no idea who they were. Yes, I have no idea who they are.
What was the show with Uncle Jesse, babe?
Full House.
Full House, thank you.
No,
God.
I don't even watch that shit.
So, it was whoever the father is.
Andrew Dice Clay.
Oh, I love the Clay. I love the Clay. Never saw him, but I love him. Hey, what does he go? Old Mother Hubbard went to the cupboard
to get her
old dog a bone. When she bent over, Rover took over and gave her a bone of his own.
You know where he got that from? He got that from George Clinton in Parliament Funkadelic.
Oh, did he really?
Yes. 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 That is exactly where that came from. Have to lose.
Running just as fast as you can.
Troubleshooter gonna help the common.
Is a troubleshooter show.
Welcome to the show. As you know, this is the only show of its kind. In fact, we have done a lot today. And what am I talking about? Well, we solve problems. We answer questions. We take your complaints. We fight for you. Maybe a contractor ripped you off. It doesn't matter what's going on in your life. That is what this show is for. Listen to this number. 300 million cash merchandise exchanges, refunds, services directly due to this show over a 40-year period. If you've been ripped off, if you've been taken advantage of, maybe you want to warn people about a bad guy out there, this is a show for you. We use the power of the media to go after the people making your life miserable. That's the best way to put it. 303-MARTINO is a number, and if you can't call right now, you can call that number when we're not live, and it'll go to a machine. Now I sound like an old guy. It'll go to voicemail, and the voicemail you can leave, and we will get back to you, and we will help you in any way possible. I want to go to... Oh, man, I've got so much going on. My head's spinning. I want to go to an update with Smarty Marty. Then we're going to go to Joseph Lazara. I like having Joe on this time of year at least once to ask about some questions about DUIs. This is going to be information you want to hear, especially with Christmas, New Year's, Thanksgiving, everything coming up. But meantime, and this will be quick, I hope it's a good update. We had a woman call this morning. Her 34-year-old son that lives in California sent her a picture of himself with a noose, like he was going to hang himself. She called up the cops in Hillsburg, California. The cops said, we can call, but we're not going to go out there because he might shoot at us. We don't want to go out and do a well check, but we'll call. Then a few days go by. This all went down in the last 10 days, by the way. A few days goes after that pic. He starts sending his mother, pornographic pictures of himself, along with his ex-wife. His mother explained that his current girlfriend, along with his kid, took off from the house and went to New York from California, and it put him into some kind of, it snapped his reality. His brain's not there. So we put Smarty Marty on it. The ex-girlfriend, I want to tell everybody this, that he sent some of those pictures to, or ex-wife, I should say, had a restraining order on him. So I thought with that restraining order, we could get the cops to get out there and arrest him just for his own protection and everybody else's. But Smarty Marty, what is going on, man? Let us know what you found out.
I couldn't get through. I left 2 messages with 2 different police officers, and I'm just waiting for a response. So everything you said was accurate, except I was told it's a girlfriend, not a wife. So, but other than that, I just can't get through. So
we have to get through.
Right now, it's status quo.
This sucks, man. I thought you were going to come on and say this. They went out and hooked this guy. Marty, I want you to stay on this, man. This one is like crazy.
I will do my best.
What else?
What I don't understand, Mark, is the excuse they said he might be armed. Well,
They're cops.
Isn't that police? They're cops. That's
well,
their
in California,
job, right?
so in Hillsburg, they might not have police anymore. They might have, students patrolling. Social workers. That's right.
Yeah.
So maybe they're right. You don't want to send a social worker into a bank robbery.
I'm pretty sure that's a fairly conservative community, though.
I don't know, man, but it's kind of odd that the cops told her we're not going out there.
Marty, they're up in wine
That's
country.
what I don't get.
They're up in wine country. They're kind of conservative.
Yeah, California, the land of the fruits and nuts.
Marty, stay on it, man. You got any other follow-ups while I got you?
No, that was it.
All right. Listen, even after the show, if you hear anything back, just give me a text or call me, all right, man?
Will do. All right.
Thanks, Deputy Smarty Marty. I appreciate it. Now, I'm going to cut right over. I was hoping for, Deputy Scott, you said he texted you. I was hoping for a little more of an update, but hopefully tomorrow morning we're going to have an update and find out that this guy got picked up or someone checked him out or something got done, because it's a horrible situation. I realize it's California and things are different out there. I get it, but they need to send somebody out to check on this guy. It's evident he's loony right now. He's had a mental break. Joseph A. Lazare, how are you doing, Joe? I have not talked to you for a while, man.
I haven't. How are you doing, Mark?
I am doing good, man. I like getting you on at least once this time of year for a couple things. I was talking to these guys. In fact, if you watch us on Facebook and YouTube, you heard the conversation. But I want to ask you a question, because the first time you told me, I was stunned by some of the answers. Let's say you had a couple drinks at a restaurant or at a party or during Thanksgiving at a relative's house, and you're driving home, and a police officer pulls you over for whatever reason, tail light out, speeding, failed to yield, whatever it is. They pull you over, non-accident related, and they say, hey, you know what? You were speeding. By the way, have you been drinking? Couple questions for you. One, do you have to answer? Two, what should you answer? And is there a right answer? So let us know from a legal mind, in a criminal defense stance, what you should say and why.
Clearly, you do not have any obligation to answer that question. It's kind of like when you get pulled over for speeding. And do you know how fast you were going? No, anything you say is incriminating. So you do not have to answer. Once you admit I had a beer, 2 beers, 3 beers, whatever it is, that then gives them enough information to go into their probable cause determination, get you out of the car, have you do roadsides.
Search the car at that point, or is that different?
That's different. If you are arrested and they tow your vehicle, they can inventory it. Or if they get your consent to search, they can do that as well.
You said something I never thought of before. Even when they just pull you over for speeding, the fuzz that is, and they say, hey, how fast do you think you were going? Or like you said, do you know how fast you were going? I never thought of that. If you look down and go 65 and you're in a 55, you just admitted you were speeding for no reason.
Absolutely.
So this works the same way. Now, how about if you roll that window down and the car smells like marijuana? We all know marijuana in Colorado is everywhere. They could have smoked marijuana in that car a month ago and it would still stink like marijuana. Or they could have had a passenger that smoked a lot of marijuana and it simply got the odor in the car. If they ask you if you've been smoking marijuana, I assume it's the same answer, right? It's none of their business.
Exactly. Because once you admit to smoking, even if you say, oh, I smoked a joint, 5 hours ago or 8 hours ago, that gives them enough information to get into that next step and have you exit that car and start doing roadsides.
Put your defense attorney hat on for a second. So all the people, let's just talk DUI. I know you represent everything. In fact, you represented a guy that literally shot an officer one time. Just everything. I want people to understand you just don't do DUIs, but DUIs are everywhere. If you could put your defense hat on for a second, what is the biggest mistake when you go to trial or you're helping someone out or representing someone that was accused of a DUI? If you could go back and look at all the cases in your brain real quick, what's the number one thing you wish none of them did, or they all have in common, or the biggest mistake of how they got there besides the actual drinking and driving, if they actually were?
Trying to be too cooperative with the police. Anything you do and say is used against you. whether we're talking about statements or we're talking about roadsides, those things create probable cause. So I get a lot of clients that will absolutely not do roadsides, not do the chemical test, but they're telling the officer, I've had 5 beers, and on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being the most drunk I've ever been and 1 being completely sober, I'm an 8.
Oh, my God.
Just by their own words, they've done themselves in.
So as you see on TV, the right to remain silent is a real thing. Just, if anything, don't say anything.
Exactly. If you've been drinking and you're intoxicated and you made that poor decision to get behind the wheel, and I'm telling you not to, but if you do, the best thing you can do is just remember your rights and keep quiet.
And when you do admit to drinking, like you said, they open up that probable cause. So now they could ask you to step out, do a sobriety test, a breathalyzer. Speaking of breathalyzers, is it still correct that the one they give you on site or wherever they pulled you over cannot be used in court, or can it?
So the PBT, which is your portable breath test, cannot be used at trial. It can be used at a motions or suppression hearing. It can be used at DMV to help establish probable cause, but it cannot and is not admissible at trial.
You know, you just brought up something a lot of people don't know. If you refuse to take a breathalyzer, and I'm not talking about the roadside one, but if you flat out refuse, what happens, Joe?
If you refuse a chemical test, blood or breath, after you've been arrested, you potentially lose your license for at least a year on a first refusal, 2 years for a second refusal. Yeah, you're eligible for a probationary license, after 2 months of no driving, but you're on that interlock for at least 2 years. So the penalties and the consequences for refusing are much harsher than had you taken a test.
But that's not a criminal, that is not actually a criminal activity, if you will. That is actually a DMV hearing. In other words, they can't send you to jail, but they can revoke your license because when you received your license in the state of Colorado, you agreed that you would take that breathalyzer or that blood test, and that's how they revoke it, right?
Exactly. The DMV is completely separate from the criminal side, and that's what people sometimes forget, is that you have 2 different legal proceedings going on, often simultaneously, and you have to address both of them.
Now, do you defend people not only with the actual DUI charge or the possession or whatever it is, do you also represent people at the DMV hearing? Do they allow that?
They do, and more often than not, we represent the clients at the hearing. It gives us an opportunity, if the police officer is going to be present, to cross-examine him and litigate the issues presented in a criminal case. So a lot of times that the information that's garnered through a DMV hearing can be used in the criminal case.
Got it. Well, Joe, I love having you on at least once a year just to get people's rights out there. It's a very serious matter. You shouldn't drink and drive, but you should know what's going on, what you have to say, what you don't have to say. And really the best advice is, keep your mouth shut. That's why we are afforded attorneys in this country. And here's the deal, though. I'm going to give Joe's number out. And Joe, I always tell people this. They should put it in their phone now because when something does happen, oh, my goodness, man. Can you imagine? I don't even know if there's so like payphones, do they take your phone away now? If someone's arrested, how do they call somebody that's in their phone? Or do they have to have the number memorized?
Yeah, oftentimes when you're arrested, and if, like say, they're allowing you to call somebody, they'll give you your phone back once you're at the detention facility for a couple minutes to call.
So write this down, people. Put it in your phone. It's Joseph A. Lazaire. Great guy. I've known Joe for years and years. 303-429-6200. He'll always talk to you on the phone for free. 303-429-6200. Hey, Joe, I appreciate you coming on, man.
You bet. Thank you, Mark.
You're welcome. He's got to get into trial. 303-713-8255. He just doesn't cut deals. If you're innocent, man, he'll go in front of a jury, and he does a great job. Hold tight. Jay and Susie, you're up.
Gun Show proudly supports the Don't Take My Guns movement this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at the Crown Plaza located at I-70 and Chambers. You won't find a bigger or better selection of new and hard-to-find used firearms, ammo, scopes, and big game hunting accessories. Forget online shopping. At the Tanner Gun Show, you're free to see and handle your purchase before you buy. Get your guns while you still can this weekend at the Tanner Gun Show in Denver. Tickets are available at the door or get them online at Tanner Gun Show.
Get your guns.
All right, check it out,
Colorado Pain Care, Sport and Spine. I've been talking about these guys a lot. You know, Mr. Martino, Tommy Boy, he went down there. He pulled his back out doing crunches. He does a lot of crunches, and I'm not kidding you. And he did something to it. He tweaked it. He was in really bad shape when I saw him the next morning. He went down to Colorado Pain Care and Sports. He's on Medicare, you know. And, of course, they take Medicare, but they take all insurance. And I promise you, some physical therapy later, you never knew it would have happened. He was so happy about these guys, we started doing commercials for him. Their number is 303-GOT-PAIN. It's a group of great doctors, physical therapists, nurses, the whole bit, man. And all they care about is making your life better. If you've been to other doctors and you're still experiencing more pain than you think, or any pain at all, would you go get a second opinion from them? Like I said, they take Medicare, all insurances, 303-GOT-PAIN, 303-GOT-PAIN. Now, someone we had on as an expert today. You know, you'll find all these people we talk about at referrallist.com, but we had Blake Harris on. I love Blake Harris. He is an attorney that if you need a will or trust, or maybe you already have one, want someone to look over it, maybe you got divorced, you want to change it, he can change your existing stuff. He can look over it, give you ideas. Maybe you've come into a fortune and now you need a trust. Or maybe you're older and you're afraid you might end up on Medicaid and your spouse will have the house taken from them. There is numerous different reasons to use Blake Harris, but you need to call and talk to him, and he does upfront pricing. For example, if you need a trust or a will, he'll ask you some questions and tell you how much it's going to be. He's not going to charge you some absorbent amount per hour. He does flat rate pricing. 833-ASK-BLAKE. It doesn't get any easier than that. I have personally used him for a trust. 833-ASK-BLAKE. 833-ASK-BLAKE.
This holiday season, give your family the gift of good health.
How you guys doing? Rod Smith, two-time Super Bowl champion, three-time Pro Bowler, Ring of Famer with the Denver Broncos. We got dumbbells, we got fitness equipment, we got treadmills, we got bikes. We got it in stock right now. My original fitness equipment came from a big box store. Filled the space, looked great, but it just wasn't functional. So you know what happened? Didn't get used. The great thing about getting new stuff put in my home, it made me want to use the gym more, and it's got to be the best. And True and Tough Stuff are the best you can buy. There's nothing more important than your health, so get the equipment that you'll use every single day. You never regret buying quality.
We have deals everywhere. Take advantage of up to 36 months, 0% financing. All of our products have incredible warranties. We do delivery, we do installation, we service the product. If you ever have a problem, we come and fix it. It's commercial grade equipment made for your home.
Fitness Gallery offers the nation's lowest prices for the highest quality equipment.
Visit one of our 6 convenient locations today or visit us at fitnessgallery.com.
Looking for help with Medicare? Take advantage of one-on-one support from United Healthcare at select Walgreens locations in Denver. Wow. Current United Healthcare Medicare members can get help with plans, billing questions, and more Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. If you're new to Medicare or looking to switch plans, talk to a licensed sales agent Tuesdays and Thursdays from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. It's a great way to learn about Medicare plans in the Denver area. Wow. Take advantage of one-on-one Medicare support at United Healthcare Medicare Member Services inside Walgreens at 5190 West 120th Avenue in Broomfield, 19028 Lincoln Avenue in Parker, and 205 East Eisenhower Boulevard in Loveland. For more information on United Healthcare Member Services, visit uhcwalgreens.com today. That's uhcwalgreens.com. Wow. All clinical and other resource center services provided at United Healthcare at Walgreens locations are provided by employees or agents of United Healthcare Services, Inc. or one of its subsidiaries or affiliates, and such individuals are not employees or agents of Walgreens Company or any of its subsidiaries or affiliates.
I am one of thousands of women with metastatic breast cancer, or MBC,
which is breast cancer that has spread to other parts of the body.
I am living in the moment and taking Ibrance, palbociclib.
Ibrance 125 milligram tablets with an aromatase inhibitor is for postmenopausal women or for men with HR-positive, HER2-negative MBC as the first hormonal-based therapy.
Be in your moment. Ask your doctor about Ibrance and visit Ibrance.com.
Ibrance may cause low white blood cell counts that may lead to serious infections. Ibrance may cause severe inflammation of the lungs. Both of these can lead to death. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including trouble breathing, shortness of breath, cough, or chest pain. Before taking Ibrance, tell your doctor if you have fever, chills, or other signs of infection, liver or kidney problems, are or plan to become pregnant, or are breastfeeding. Common side effects include low red blood cell and low platelet counts, infections, tiredness, nausea, sore mouth, abnormalities in liver blood tests, diarrhea, hair thinning or loss, vomiting, rash, and loss of appetite.
Take the stress out of holiday shopping with Colorado Rockies gift cards. They can be used for Rockies tickets, merchandise, and concessions at Coors Field, plus they don't expire. So it's the perfect choice for the Rockies fans on your list. Give the gift of Rockies baseball this holiday season by going to Rockies.com/gift card today.
Fairway Auto Service invites you to experience honest auto repair and service. Trust the technicians that'll provide you with exceptional customer satisfaction. They offer the best auto service repair and quality for your car. For more info, go to fairwayautoservice.com.
This report is sponsored by AAA Colorado Insurance.
Warm and windy for your Tuesday. We're talking temperatures today in the mid to upper 60s. Plenty of sunshine, then a few more clouds, and that breeze picking up as we get into later on this afternoon. I'm Fox 31 Pinpoint Weather Team meteorologist Kylie Burse.
Don't settle for mediocre relationships. Break up with your insurance provider and get AAA insurance with coverage that loves you back. For 100 years, AAA has been providing auto insurance from a name you trust. Switch today and save up to 25%. Visit AAA.com/breakup.
630 KHOW, an iHeartRadio station.
All right, folks, 303-713-8255. It's simple as this. You've been ripped off, taken advantage of. I want to hear from you. We do have a line open. 303-Martino. You need help? This is the time to call. Meantime, Jay or Susie, Suzanne? Jay looks like he's been holding the longest.
He has.
Hey, Jay, what is going on, man?
Hey, I'm coming back to the Denver area. I left a while ago to come for work, and now I'm coming back. But I was in the process of applying for rental properties because I want to buy a house, obviously. It's kind of a crazy marketplace.
It's nuts.
And in the process of doing so, I applied to do 2 or 3 different rental places to see what I could come up with. And I just got something this week. It says that I've got an adverse action letter from the FCRA that pertains to my recent rental application. It sounds really dubious and ominous. And I think what happened is that because they didn't tell me that they were going to run a credit check, I didn't unlock my credit because I wasn't going to go with that company.
Yeah, but that shouldn't be adverse at all. In other words, all you have to do is unlock it now.
Well, no. I'm not even going to go with that company, but because I was not going to go with that company, they should have stopped the process. But even then, it's not an adverse reaction. The adverse reaction is what they're saying is that I don't have any credit. Well, because they were blocked, they can't say I don't have credit. They're factually lying.
Well, wait. Jay, you're overthinking this. This isn't a big deal. First of all, you're not going with them. If you did want to go with them, you would simply call up, you would unlock your credit, or they would call you, would be the nicer thing for them to do, and say you have to unlock your credit. I went to get a Costco credit. Listen, man, I went to get a Costco credit card. I had all the bureaus locked on mine. Costco literally called me up and said, hey, you got to unfreeze your credit so we can run it. So I did it, and then that was that.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. They didn't call me. No, it's a step deeper. I'm not complaining.
Okay.
I'm not worried about it because I've got a place. I'm just saying that this is the process that these scumbag businesses do. The company that's doing it is called Rent Grow. When you go to the Better Business Bureau, they have 118 complaints for similar things. That they came up with other things that people never did. And the Better Business Bureau says that they're an A+ business, but they don't use any of the complaints from the people that are on the website to give them a rating.
Jay, I acknowledge everything you're saying, and that's insane, man. But I'm gonna up you on the BBB. I'm gonna up you. You ready? Don Eiley. Right. Don Eiley is an accountant that did small business taxes for probably 50 or 60 small businesses in Denver Metro. He was stealing their money to the tune of $12 million, and his ass is in the federal pen. He had an A+ with the BBB a month ago, and he's been in the pen for 2 years.
Yep, and that's why it's difficult to find out. But ultimately, what's happening is that if I have an adverse reaction or an adverse action letter, I'm not worried about it because I was already cleared to buy a house. I have a mortgage lender that's willing to give me money.
Yeah.
But the fact of the matter is that they're doing this because they didn't contact me. Because everyone that I've been working with, hey, your credit's locked. I didn't get that score. I was like, oh, cool, I'll unlock it for you. No, they didn't even bother.
Yeah.
They didn't bother to call me. Like you said, Costco calls you.
Man, you got to be in your bonnet on these people. Yeah, you don't like these people.
Well, it's bad business.
Yeah.
All you have to do is contact the people, just like you said.
I'm going to tell you something that is adverse on your credit, and you can look at it because of what they did. You want to hear what it is?
They looked at it at all?
No, they're going to show, if you go to your credit and log in and pull a new one, if they truly did try to pull it, even if it's locked, it'll show that they did a hard pull on it. And if you have like 3 hard pulls in a 12-month time period, it can go negative.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And they shouldn't be doing a hard pull for a rental application. They should be doing a soft pull.
Or tell you they are.
For applying for credit.
Yeah,
well, yeah.
I
mean,
agree.
if you're applying for credit, you should get a hard pull. But if they do a hard pull without your permission, then you can actually file a complaint against them. But nothing happens. I mean, again, it's just a matter of you got to protect yourself. I was doing this because the person that was calling before had these creditors trying to screw with them. It's like, yeah, basically you just have to push back because they're just the biggest bullies in the room and no one wants to push back anymore.
Hey, Jay, where'd you move back from?
New Mexico. I was actually working with you guys last year, or 2 years ago, when I was getting my carpet done. Suzanne gave me the guys out of Colorado Springs. They fixed my stairs, and it was an awesome story because the big box store, which I'm not going to name, screwed it up horribly, kicked a hole in my wall, and left me leaving nothing more than complaints and everything else. But again, I've been back and forth with Tom and the show and you guys for a long time. So everybody, this is the best show on the air. Keep up with it. Keep the good
Jay,
work.
I appreciate it, man, and thanks for giving all that advice out there, and thanks for the nice words. Wow, he talks fast. I like the guy, but holy moly, is he upset. He does have a bee in his bonnet, as they say.
Right to the point.
Right to the point, and quick to the point. I like that. Susie, what's going on with you?
I have bugs in my house, and I cannot get any help.
Oh, my goodness. Susie, hold on. I got to take this break. I promise you, right after this break, you're going to have my full attention, and we're going to help you to the best of our ability, all right?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
713-8255. We do have a line open. Everybody hang on. We're going to hopefully be able to help Susie and a lot more. If you need help, 303-MARTINO.
I got bugs in my house. I got bugs in my house.
She sounded like we had so I'm not saying this is the case, but I went out to one like this. It was really bad. She said there was bugs everywhere, rats under her bed, everything. Old woman. I get out to her house. We had the video, everything. We were doing it. We were going to light the landlord up like a fucking Christmas tree, man. I get out there, and she's got a jar on her cabinet. Her house, yeah, you would think a hoarder or something. The house is perfect. No issues at all in her apartment. It's got this jar, and it's got, like, carpet fibers in it. Like, literally, like carpet fibers. And she goes, I got some of the bugs for you, and I'm looking at it. And I'm looking like, am I on fucking a TV show? I mean, is she serious? These are carpet fibers. And she goes, then I got the rat in here. And we go in, and she's got this box that has some books in it and a magazine or two. And she says the rat's in the box. I'm looking, there's no rat in the box. There's nothing, not even a pair of socks. And she literally saw this stuff, though. She wasn't, like, putting me on.
She was telling you there was bugs in the jar and
yes,
a rat in the box.
And there was, in her opinion.
All right, check it out. You can get a water system, a whole home water system, installed, set up, delivered by a licensed plumber for a price that is absolutely amazing. If you've ever looked at the competition out there, I'm not going to say the name Culligan or some of the other ones, but you can spend up to $8,000 for this system. This guy will come out, Paul the Waterman, we've been talking about him forever. It's an amazing deal. He can come out and install a brand new water system. Hey, you know what? Honestly, that could make a cool Christmas present. So hubbies out there, think about that. A complete either a water softener or purification. But anyhow, I'll get back to the spot. Under $2,000. You can't beat that. Price them everywhere you want. Call up plumbers. Ask anybody. A lot of people pay $8,000. He's got them for $2,000. They got a great warranty. And if you just want a point of use, like for tap water, so you have nice clean water for the glasses in the kitchen, under $1,000. you got to call up Paul the Waterman. He's a great guy. He's in studio a lot. And honestly, I don't know anybody that knows more about water. If you live in Denver, Aurora, anywhere in the metro area, he'll come out, he'll do a test right at your house, tell you exactly what's going on with your water. He doesn't use scare tactics. He uses science and he uses the truth. 303-862-5554. Paul the Waterman, 303-862-5554 or waterpros.net.
Shopping for that diamond engagement ring this holiday?
You know it's what you really want.
Come shop Williams Jewelers. 2 stores and over 3,000 styles of engagement rings from designers like A. Jaffe, Precision Set, Parade, and Hearts on Fire.
And in Inglewood, to Corey, Michael M., and Gabriel & Company. Engagement rings you won't see anyplace else.
At our famous Williams Jewelers Diamond Bar, you get true, direct from the cutter, market pricing, and our guaranteed best price right up front.
We even have flexible financing plans for qualified buyers and complete diamond engagement rings starting at under $2,000.
We really have built a better way to buy your diamond engagement ring.
In Inglewood at Bellevue and Broadway.
And in Cherry Creek North on 3rd Avenue between Fillmore and Detroit.
And that's why more Denver couples say will you with Williams.
Where Colorado shines.
Williams Jewelers, we can make diamonds a part of your life.
In Cherry Creek North and Inglewood, where Colorado shines.
Get free legal advice when you need it the most. Been injured in an auto accident? Get help now. No charge to call my legal expert, attorney John Fuller. Hello, I'm consumer advocate Tom Martino, and I know you'll have all kinds of questions when you've been injured because of someone else. Call John Fuller. No obligation. And if you hire him, he works on contingency. No out-of-pocket cash. 303-597-4500. 597-4500. Or personalinjuryco.com.
Hey, let me take a minute and talk about Blue Sky CBD. It has really been working for my aches and pains. And Blue Sky CBD, the more that I am aware of how much it is helping, the more I like it. And I've told you about the balm I've used. I had a shoulder injury recently. I continue to use the balm on my shoulder, and it really helps me. I use tinctures in the morning for clarity, energy, and simple inflammation reduction. But now what I've really liked is the sleep gels. I've always had a problem sleeping, right? But I take one of those sleep gels about 30 minutes before bed, and honestly, it has really helped me relax and sleep. Also, let me talk about the Pro Gels, which are designed for athletes to use pre and post workout. It really creates great energy boost. You get 30% off your first order with using promo code KHOW, K-H-O-W. And there are things in there that I really believe you will like and will help you. 30% off your first order by using promo code KHOW. It is Blue Sky CBD at bluesky-cbd.com.
If you want to create extra breathing room in your budget, pay less for your home, and possibly save up to $1,000 a month, now is the time to call American Financing, Colorado's home for home loans. Hey, it's Ross Kaminsky reminding you that mortgage rates are still incredibly low, making it a great time to get an absolutely free mortgage review from American Financing. You will work with a salary-based mortgage consultant, someone who will present custom loan options that can save you up to $1,000 a month, plus 10.
Wow. I mean, people negotiate shit a lot.
Oh,
but
yeah.
To literally, in 3 months, have 3 different trials, multi-million-dollar not settlements, multi-million-dollar verdicts. That's fucking impressive.
Who forgot CBD?
Oh, shit, thank you. Oh, no, I did CBD.
I'm trying to figure out why MHOA is asking, how did we forget CBD? What are you talking about? How did we forget CBD?
I mean, the spots? Is he talking about the spots?
I don't know what he's talking about. Why would somebody in YouTube know about your spots?
Who just said that?
MHOA.
I did one Panacea. You just ruined it for everybody, dude. You just ruined it for everybody. You just made me think of shit. Waterman's good. I got to do Renew. All right. He ruined it. He ruined it. It's not my fault. I would have forgot. I would have forgot.
or online, yourmoneyyourretirement.com.
Frank Duran, the real estate man, how I love thee. You know, Frank helped us sell our house in Castle Rock. I thought I'd get in a certain amount for it. He priced it lower. At first, I threw a fit. I was like, I know I can get more than that. He goes, Mark, sit back. Let me do what I do. I've been negotiating house deals for 20-plus years, and I'm the best there is. Sure enough, he priced it lower. He got a bidding frenzy going. I ended up making way more on that house than I thought I could sell it for. Then he negotiated the house we bought in Franktown down almost 3 figures. Yeah, this was back when you could do that, but it was insane. He found out that the guy that owned the house in Franktown also had another mortgage in another state where he lived. He had 2 mortgages, and they were both big dollar monthly mortgages, and we hit him with an offer he couldn't refuse thanks to Frank. And we love it, and we lived there, and it was the best deal ever. FrankDuranHomes.com. I know everybody's got a sister or a mother or a friend that's a real estate agent. I'm telling you, use the best. FrankDuranHomes.com. You know, speaking of the best, Genesis Solar CO, the only solar company I know of that gives a 25-year bumper-to-bumper warranty. You know, if you call up the guys at GenesisSolarCO.com, usually within 24 hours, they can tell you how much electricity and how much money you can save. And what they tell you, they guarantee. They guarantee it for 20 years. GenesisSolarCO.com. And while I'm thinking about it, Panacea. And thanks. Who was that again? MHOA, whatever his name is. Thank you for reminding me of some of this inventory. I'm sure everybody on Facebook loves that. But these guys, 30% if you use a promo code Tom. What I truly love about Panacea, all jokes aside, it's Real CBD That Works, and that is the website, realcbdthatworks.com. The price is great compared to other things, but these guys do it from the seed to the sale. They control every aspect of their product. I don't know any other CBD company out there that does it. If you want the real deal, the real stuff, realcbdthatworks.com. Now, I've got to get back to this. This poor lady has bugs in her house, and we're going to try to figure out how to help her no matter what we have to do. So let's get back to her. I have to. In fact, I'm moving this around. I'm moving that. Susie, where do you live? Are you in Denver, or where are you?
I'm in Thornton.
You're in Thornton. So when you say you have bugs in your house, how bad is it?
Bad.
Like they're just crawling around everywhere, like on the counters, under the bed, everywhere? Are they bud bags? Bud bags.
They're in the bed, and they're not in the counters, but they're in the bed and on the floor.
Are they bed bugs?
No.
What kind of bugs are they? Different
kinds of bugs.
All kinds?
Yeah.
Do you have neighbors that have the same problem, Susie?
No, I had a grandson that dumpster thing. And he brought in the curtains and stuff.
Wait. I'm sorry. He went through the dumpster and brought in curtains and stuff that had the bugs in them?
And they had bugs in them.
Where's your grandson now?
Oh, he passed away.
What happened to him?
He had AIDS.
How long ago did he pass away?
2 years ago.
And you've had bugs for over 2 years?
Yeah, yeah.
Susie, do you rent or do you own your house, or?
Yeah, I have a mobile home.
You have a mobile home. So if someone, have you had it fumigated at all?
Yeah, but they couldn't do anything about it.
What do you mean what couldn't they do? Were the bugs gone for a period of time and then came back?
They didn't have the right kind. They didn't know what kind of bugs it was.
So when they came out, really help me with this. I need to understand this. When they came out and looked around your place, they couldn't determine what kind of bugs they were?
No.
Did they see the bugs?
Yeah.
They did?
Yeah.
But there was nothing they could do?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
It's organ.
Do you have other people are you in a trailer park?
Yeah.
Do you have like a management company that you're friendly with at all?
Yeah, but they don't do anything.
Well, I mean, I understand because you own your own unit, but have they been in your trailer and seen the problem?
No.
Would you mind if someone came over and looked?
No, I don't care.
Okay. That's what I think where I'd like to go with this. I would like to send someone out there to look. I'm talking slow because, Susie, this sounds so odd to even say, but are you sure you have bugs? Have other people told you you don't have any bugs?
No, I see bugs. They're on me.
I know that. They're on you. Are they on you right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're eating me up.
I gotcha. Do you have marks on your skin everywhere?
Yeah, yeah.
And this has been going on a while.
Yeah.
Do you have kids?
No, I'm 94 years old.
Oh, my goodness. 94. Boy, you've got a lot of...
I have a grandson live with me, and he's being eaten up, too.
But, wait, is your grandson still with you?
Yeah, my one, I had two. I had three, but I had...
Okay. But you have one that lives with you now?
The one that's living with me now...
What's his name?
He's getting bit up, too.
What's his name?
Barry.
Is Barry there?
Yeah, but he's a mental case.
He's a mental case. Is it possible that I could talk to him, or no, he just simply won't come on the phone?
No, he won't come.
All right, hold on one second, all right? Hey, Suzanne, do me a favor and just pick her up on that line so she's not on hold. I'll give you a second to do it, but or Aunt, can you do that? Can you pick it up so she's not... You follow what I'm saying? She is on 4. Just put her up or on 3. I'm sorry, Aunt. She's on 3. So, folks, Suzanne, I just want to make sure, thank you. So, folks, I want to kind of tell you what's going on. It's surprising how often this happens. I don't think she has any bugs. And now she's, once again, hold on. I got to take a break. Hold tight.
People aren't listening. Yeah. I didn't want her hearing me talking. You follow what I'm saying? So when I come back, just pick it up, and I'm going to talk. I never know what to do. The reason I want to talk about this on air is maybe someone knows what to do, but there is no bugs.
Yeah, they're crawling on me right now.
It's the damnedest thing. They're so convinced there's bugs. It's unbelievable, Scott. I've 5 times now. The one that blew me away, though, was with the jar. And she's telling me they're right there. And she's not trying to pull my leg. She ain't bullshitting. She sees the bugs that aren't there. And it's sad as shit.
Holidays are a perfect reason to visit the Broadmoor, whether it's the traditional holiday show featuring singer Sheena Easton or one of their spectacular New Year's Eve celebrations. You are sure to make memories that will last a lifetime. Visit Broadmoor.com for more information.
Love can be deadly. The Crazy in Love podcast digs into real-life stories of relationships that took a gruesome turn. Each week, explore a new case about murder in the name of love. She was obsessed. She was a stalker.
Hey, do you know if Leland's in studio today?
I was on the phone. What is that about, Susie?
That's all right. I just didn't want her. I was trying to explain to Ann.
Well, how are we doing the Susie call? The one with the bugs? I was on the phone. I have no idea how you left it.
I understand. I was trying to have Ann simply hit the button so she couldn't hear me talk to everybody else. So that's what I want you to do when we come back. I don't want her to hear me say that there is no bugs, because there isn't any bugs. You get it? I don't want her to get upset.
I wasn't able to hear the call at all. Or
no, I know. I was telling Ann what to do, and I don't know why you couldn't figure that out. It wasn't like brain surgery.
Visit protectgenerics.org to learn more. Paid for by the Association for Accessible Medicine.
Let's see here.
What's all the buzz about nasal
my grandson went out to the dumpster, brought some grapes in, and then had bugs ever since.
Here's the science. Airborne germs invade through your nose. It's the body's air filter for trapping allergens and viruses. When your nose gets clogged, it's less effective and germs multiply. Eventually, your immune system can get overwhelmed and you get sick. Nasal irrigation is an effective, all-natural way to clean your nose. It's not a drug, it's more like plumbing. Saline goes in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out the other nostril, flushing out mucus and germs. I'm Martin Hope, and I invented Navage to make cleaning your nose easy. It's the world's only nose cleaner with powered suction. Navage pulls out the bad stuff so you can breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and feel healthier. at Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, Bed Bath, and Walmart. Or go to Navaj.com for a free gift with purchase. Over 2 million sold. Navaj, N-A-V-A-G-E. Clean nose, healthy life.
Psoriatic arthritis made my joints stiff, swollen, painful. Tremfya is approved for adults with active psoriatic arthritis. Emerge Tremfya. Tremfya can help reduce joint symptoms at 24 weeks. Some patients reported less fatigue as assessed by survey 1 week prior. Individual results may vary.
Tremfya is taken by injection at weeks 0 and 4, and then every 8 weeks. Following the 2 starter doses, that's 6 doses a year. By prescription
What was that? Why do you look familiar?
Because he was killed by a cop for playing with a toy gun in a park.
When was that here?
Years ago.
Was that Aurora?
Nah, it wasn't here. This was, infection or symptoms of infection, including fever, sweats.
What is it?
Severe rights. Tell your doctor.
The kid that was shot over in Cleveland. He's in the
Emerge
park playing, the
Tremfya.
cop pulls
To
up,
learn more, call
jumps out the car, and shoots him within 3
1-800-578-3577
seconds.
or visit Tremfya.com.
Kid's
And
got a
talk to your
toy
doctor
gun.
about Tremfya. See our ad in Health
Today
Magazine.
is the anniversary of that.
It took 3 encyclopedias, but my webcam is finally at the right height, and I found the perfect cardboard box for my tangled assortment of boards and cables.
Sounds great, but with Trip-Like Board Anywhere Solutions orchestrated by CDW, it's easier for your teams to work consistently and productively with tools like monitor mounts, USB docks, and adapters.
Know anyone who wants 3 encyclopedias from 1992?
IT orchestration by CDW. People who get it. Find out more at cdw.com/Triplight.
Hello, Discover here.
Delusional parasitosis.
Ah, okay.
You know, we're set up to help a lot of people, but man, there ain't nothing I can pull out of my fucking magic hat to help someone that thinks there's bugs and there isn't.
Discover. Exceptionally common sense. Learn more at discover.com/match. Limitations apply.
Maybe you have a loved one who forgets routine tasks.
She's even had her organ out there.
Dog out, or struggles
They couldn't
with
find
chores
the
like
problem.
laundry or cooking.
No, because there isn't one. Yeah. She is the problem.
Could be symptoms of MCI, the earliest clinical stage of
It's the
Alzheimer's.
damnedest
If
thing,
you or
man.
someone you know is experiencing difficulties like these,
I've dealt with
or
it
other
so
neural
much now,
issues
it's
or
like,
changes,
it
talk to
almost
the doctor
gets
and
scary
consider
thinking it might happen to you. Because that's got to be fucking terrifying.
Oh, yeah.
It's got to be the worst thing in the world, to be honest. To think,
Bugs.
yeah, some people do it with snakes. They think snakes are slithering on them.
Menus have whole sections dedicated to you, and people start offering you their
It's
secrets.
crazy.
By enrolling in a Medicare health plan through Kaiser Permanente, that easy streak keeps on going. Our high-quality health plans make it easy to access your health needs, often under one roof. So take advantage of all those senior benefits, so long as they benefit your health. Visit ap.org/Medicare to learn more. Kaiser Permanente, thrive.
Afternoons 2 to 4. It's Back It Up Then.
Wait, no, it's in.
I hope you have a very happy holiday week. Ryan Schuling, Super Shoe, will be in for me on Monday and Tuesday, 6:30 KL, Denver's top station.
All right, folks, 303-713-8255. Hey, I want to talk about Susie real quick. A lot of people are probably listening to that call. She has bugs in her house, and they're biting her right now, and they're virtually everywhere. We get these calls more than you would think, and I'm being extremely serious right now. There is no bugs. There is no bugs at all. It's basically delusional parasitosis. And I have no idea why it's so prominent. And when I say it, it's not like everybody gets it or anything, but over the years we've had these calls. I have literally gone out to people's homes where I bought into it, like literally thought there's bugs everywhere, and I wanted to go after the landlord or the slumlord. And I get out there, this one lady had a jar, literally a jar, like a mason jar. She said there was rats running around, and she had cockroaches everywhere and other bugs. I get out there and literally she has a jar on her kitchen table and she's telling me the bugs are in it. The only thing in it was carpet fibers. That was it. There was nothing alive in it. Then the rat that she had was in a box next to her bed, which had about 3 books, a magazine in it, and nothing else. No rat. Her house was spotless. There was no bugs. There was no infancy. There was no rats. There was nothing. I don't know what to do, folks, for people like this. She's 94 years old. And by the way, she can't hear me. That's what I was trying to do last break. Suzanne's got the phone up in there, so when she's on hold, she can't hear me talking. But if there's any ideas out there, I would love to hear them at help@troubleshooter.com. Maybe someone's had a relative or someone they know have dealt with this. I don't know how to help in this. I don't know. I'm not a psychologist or a psychiatrist, nor do I think there's a way to fix this from every case that I have personally seen. I don't know what you do. I feel horrible for this woman. It must be the worst thing in the world to think either critters or bugs are crawling over you all the time. And I know there's people out there right now going, well, maybe she does have bugs. Nope, I'm telling you right now she doesn't. Think about it. Orkin's been out there. They couldn't identify the bugs, and they couldn't do anything about it. Her son brought the bugs in 2 years ago that are still there. Everything she said points to one thing, which is the delusional parasitosis. That's it. I'm not sure what to do with her. We're going to take her information. So, Suzanne, take her information, and if we can try to get her some mental help somewhere, I would love to do that. But we are not equipped for that. Hopefully someone listening knows something about it, and we can get her information. It's a horrible situation. Now, moving on. Natalie, what is the deal? It says you're trying to remember a restaurant name.
I am. My mom and I were actually talking about it this morning. It's a restaurant back in the late 1960s that my dad took my mom to after they got married, like the day after they got married. And it used to be across from the street from what is now Belmar. It was Villa Italia shopping mall at the time. It was on the south side of Alameda. And she says it was shaped like kind of like a barn.
So it was a standalone building shaped like a barn?
Yeah.
What kind of food was it?
And it was the first time she ever had steak and lobster.
Oh, so it was a steakhouse shaped like a barn. And what is the cross streets again near Beaumar?
It was near Wadsworth and Alameda. It'd be on the southeast corner of Wadsworth and Alameda.
And you have no idea, like, even what it started with or anything?
No, because the first thing that came to mind was Red Barn, but that was like a fast food chain. So they would be selling steak and lobster.
So that's kind of down near, doesn't Beaumar, it basically borders Littleton, right?
It can.
Yeah, okay.
Belmar, I don't know. Belmar, Belmar.
Yeah,
sorry.
I wonder, we might actually hear from somebody. I see the lines going right now. Maybe someone does know what it's called. You'd be amazed. You know, one time we had a lady call in, and her dog ran off down by, what was it called? Chatfield. Tom got in his helicopter. True story. Got in his helicopter and spotted the dog, and she got her dog back. Now, we've got all kinds of people that apparently might know the restaurant name, but I'm not sure
Sounds like it
of
might
their
be
names.
Red Barn?
She said it's not Red Barn.
Not Red Barn?
You're sure it's not Red Barn, Natalie?
Yeah, I think Red Barn was a fast food place, wasn't it?
Who's this, and do you know what it was called?
I believe it was the Tally Ho.
A Tally Ho?
Okay.
Yeah, it was a steak and lobster place over there. It was all kind of dark and shingles, and my folks used to go there all the time. They had the big relish trays. It was really one of the original kind of steak houses.
And what was it called again? Tally Ho?
The Tally Ho.
The Tally Ho. Hey, caller, what do you think? Caller.
Hello? I don't know.
No, not you, Natalie.
Oh, sorry.
Who is this? Do you know? It's too near the end of the show. Well, hopefully that's it. I'll tell you what, if we get emails, Suzanne, grab Natalie's info, and we can always let her know if someone else calls in. All right, listen, a lot going on tomorrow. Don't forget, same bat time, same bat channel, 10 a.m. tomorrow.
Follow Tom Martino at Real Tom Martino.
And stay connected with all of us
at 630 KHOW.
KHOW.com.
And on the iHeartRadio app.
Leland Conway is next
on Denver's talk station.